Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this edition of Cage Side with Christopher James. I am Christopher James, and you're not. Sorry about your luck. It's okay, though, because you being you is awesome, and me being me is absolutely outstanding. Happy to have you jumping on board with us tonight. As you can see behind my head, I got the bare knuckle fighting ring behind me because we're going all in for bare knuckle fighting championships. We're going to talk to three gentlemen that took home big wins last week in Mississippi at BKFC 11. I know because I was there. I was fortunate to be the only media team on site. They had fans in attendance, probably about 700 or 800 people there. New media platform, new production. They announced some stuff with DAZN, all kinds of big things. And then, I started watching the fights. And my first guest coming on, I watched him go out there and fight. And I got to tell you, man, at the end of the fight, when he walked out of the ring, I took a picture of him. And, had I not known better, because I didn't see it with my own eyes, I would have thought this was the guy that got his ass kicked. However, that's not the case. In bare knuckle, you can go out looking all fucked up and still be the winner because bare knuckles, man, it's just these right here. That shit's crazy. So we're going to welcome in our first guest of the evening. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to check out our friends at End Still Nutrition and Proper Nutrition of Gulf Breeze. Also check out mymmashow.com for the latest articles that I write, when I do feel like writing, but those guys always support the show, and we're happy to have them. Also, Island Fights is back next weekend in Pensacola, August 8th. I'll be there ring announcing, and it will be at the Pensacola Fairgrounds, so I'm pretty excited about that. But now it's time to bring on my first guest tonight. So let me welcome into the show the man himself. I'm going to call him Badass Bobby Taylor. Bobby, what's up, baby boy?
What's going on, bud? You doing all right?
Oh, I'm living the dream, man. I'm living the dream. So we'll get to your fight in a few minutes. But since we've had this pandemic thing going on, every athlete or manager or anybody I've had on the show, I always like to ask them how they've dealt with life since this pandemic started, with, if they got kids, school, work, jobs, all that stuff, training for athletes, obviously. So give us a little take of life before the pandemic, like a day in the life for Bobby Taylor before all this crazy shit started. And then now that we're, in a still kind of semi-imposed lockdown to some degree, tell us how your life is now and the adjustments you've had to make since doing, since coming into this.
Be honest, like I said, I'm from a rural area. So like I said, life hasn't changed a whole lot for me. Like I said, we're not on as big of restrictions, as the more populated places. They closed the gyms down for a while.
Where are you at?
Pocahontas, Tennessee.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, we don't even have a red light. You can drive straight through.
I love Tennessee, man. I didn't know there was a place called Pocahontas.
Yeah, well, it ain't much of one. It's small.
That's fucking awesome. So give us a little insight. What did you do during the day, before all this started with the pandemic?
Well, I work for myself and I do inspections for the insurance companies. So we're pretty much essentially, a storm comes through, I go out and look at roofs and determine, the cause of it and this and that, if they have issues. So like I said, my work hasn't slowed down being insurance related, like I said. So I go to work every day, just other than putting on a mask when I go in everywhere. Not a whole lot's changed, in the day to day. Training wise, like I said, I was in the gym, the weight room a lot more than I was the gym training when they shut all the gyms down. But
gotcha.
Other than that, I ain't been a whole lot of different. I was actually putting on weight, doing a lot of lifting, was thinking about going up in weight until I got the call from the BKFC. And like I said, I had to end up having to lose the 10 pounds I put on during the during the shutdown. But other than that, like I said, everything's been about the same.
Yeah. So you're just chilling.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. This is doing a little weird shit on me right here, right now. So part of me, if I'm a little lost here, I'm trying to share this post out. Oh, there we go. Now I got shit working, right? I was like all confused here. It's taking me to a new screen, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Working right. No. Let's not even do that. So, tell us a little bit about the town you live in, because I've never heard of it. How far is it? What's the closest big city?
Uh, it's pretty much Corinth, Mississippi, maybe. Like I said, Tupelo is probably the closest. It's pretty much in the middle between Tupelo and Memphis, but it's right across. I'm just over the Tennessee line.
Okay.
Said, yeah, it's the town I'm from. There's not much. We've got a store and a post office. That's about it.
A store and a post office. That's it, huh? You got a traffic light?
No. Now the neighbor town, Middleton, where I went to school, we've got a red light there, but that's all it has.
That's hysterical. No traffic light though. So how big is this town? How many people live there?
Probably. Shoot, I wouldn't even. I don't even know what I'd guess for Pocahontas. Middleton's probably got a couple thousand. That's the neighboring town where we go to school at. But yeah, where I'm from, like I said, it's a real small town.
Yeah, that sounds like a real small town, man. So
you got to drive 30 minutes to see a red light.
That's pretty crazy. It doesn't even make it like I'm like freaking out right now. I'm going, man, that's just like nuts. Oh my God, man. So did you grow up there? Is that like your home spot? I mean, where you've been your whole life?
Yeah. I was born and raised. I'm about a mile from where I grew up, where I live now.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
So you just never left home, huh?
Well, I've moved around. I went and lived in Martin, Tennessee for a while, then moved to Nashville for a while, but I just made a big loop and came back home.
That's awesome, man. So what brought you to bare knuckle?
I don't know. I've always thought it was kind of more my style. Like I said, I didn't get into any of this till, like I said, I was like 27 before I went to my first MMA, training session or whatever. But yeah, wouldn't call myself a mixed martial artist, and because I'm not an artist by no means. And I've had a few pro boxing, but I wouldn't call myself a boxer neither. I'm more of I'd say a fighter.
Country boy that likes to get into some scraps?
Huh?
You're a country boy that likes to get into a few scraps and make a little money doing it.
Exactly. I grew up fighting, like I said, shorter rounds and more my style of fighting too. And when they gave me the offer, I jumped all over it. I thought I'd transition well into it.
Well, based on what I saw the other night, man, I'm going to have to say you did a pretty damn good job of transitioning. So you said you got a late start in this, like you were 27 before you started even doing any kind of training. How old are you now?
42.
Wow. So 15 years into the training, and so give us a little bit of your fight background, so the people out there, because a lot of people out there are watching right now, I'm sure, haven't met you yet, don't know who you are. So give us a little background, of your MMA or boxing, or, if you were into leg wrestling, if you got wins doing that.
Well, I started out, like I said, I got into about my mid 20s. Like I said, I got in real good shape and got to doing the tough man contest. They were minute rounds, kind of, no, most people wasn't training or nothing for, but I got into that and I won about 4 of those. And I went to college late and put myself back through school, like I said, in my mid 20s. And I had some buddies up there that they'd got into MMA and they'd heard, I'd won some tough mans and talked me into coming and train with them. And so I started training. That's when I was living in Martin, Tennessee. And then I did amateur there for a couple of years and finally bit the bullet about 34 and turned pro, decided if I was going to go put in the time in the gym, I might as well try to make a little money at it. And then I did that off and on for a few years there. I wasn't real heavy into it until I moved back down here and I started going to join the gym in Memphis. And then I started fighting more regular, and then went through a lull and that and couldn't get a fight and get to take a boxing match, and then got into boxing, and I just trying to stay busy.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, you went out there, you found something you like to do. got yourself trained up a little bit, learned some stuff along the way. So you didn't go in there, uneducated, and, not, seeing stuff that you've never seen before. You get to learn stuff in the gym, proper way to throw a punch, footwork, and all that stuff with your boxing, which is good. And it makes sense, and even though, you're in your 40s, most guys, and a lot of sports, you don't, in your 40s, it's not the time to, kind of like starting hitting a stride. But for somebody like you who's doing bare knuckle fighting, not boxing, because there is a difference. I keep telling people that some people don't get that, but you, at your age, the one thing that you always say is the last thing to go is your power. So in this sport, like I said at the beginning, you're a country boy that just likes to throw down. So if you got somebody that's willing, it's going to be whoever can take the most punishment or dish out the most. And you're a strong dude. You got power in your hands. I watched you, man. I was like, oh my God, look at this guy. It's fucking nuts, man. It was crazy. It was a hell of a fight. So let's get into that. Yeah. Tell us about your fight, and when you found out about your opponent and your matchup and everything, and what you thought about it, or did you put any thought into it? Some guys that do this go, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of that guy. When I message Nate back and forth. He asked me if I was interested, and he sent me a name and said, "Would you fight Luis Hernandez?" And I sent back, "Yeah." Before, I never really looked him up, but I figure if you're going to be a fighter, I'll fight. Get in the ring with me. I don't see the point in turning anything down. Like I said, couldn't call myself a fighter if I was, trying to find an easier win or whatever.
Yeah, and this kid that you fought, Hernandez, he's a tough kid. He's a boxer, which was evident, I'm sure, when you got in there and you realized, he's a very skilled boxer. He's trained on and off, I believe, with Roy Jones Jr. So if he's doing that, he's definitely getting some education, because you can't train with Roy and not learn something. To me, Roy's the greatest pound for pound boxer we've ever had in the sport. So learning from him is absolutely awesome, and really excited, that this kid's learning from him. But your fight was the brawler, being you, versus the real technical boxer. And most people would have said the technical boxer was going to win that fight. But you didn't let those people that said that. And I'm one of those people. I'm going to be honest with you. He's younger. He's definitely got more advanced boxing than you. And I thought he was going to win the fight. But you shut my mouth and everybody else's mouth up, man, by going out there and doing what you got to do, and showed him that who sings the damn song? Country Boy Can't Survive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's you. So tell us what it was like getting in there with somebody that really is technically skilled. What did you think of that whole thing?
Well, like I said, now after I accepted the fight, now I did look him up and watch a couple of videos, but I could only find two on him. But going in, I knew that he was going to be a better boxer than me, more technical, more skilled. I didn't actually know that he was coached by Roy Jones Jr. until after the fight, to be honest. I seen a guy in the corner. Me and a guy made a joke, said, "Hey, it looks like he got Roy Jones Jr. in his corner." And to come to find out it was, but we just thought it was somebody that favored him. I didn't know that was actually him.
Well, no, Roy wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I was talking about on one of the videos we were watching.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying he was there. I was like, no, he ain't there.
No, one of the videos when we were kind of scouting him. Was like, but yeah, like I said, I knew coming in that he was going to be better, more technical, and obviously, younger and probably faster. And so I went in with a mindset that I was going to be either out of his range or right in his face, and turn it into a fight, and definitely not a boxing match.
No, it wasn't a boxing match.
Yeah, I wanted to, fight my way in, close the distance, and try to make it as dirty as I could, because I knew that between his age and skill, I didn't want to stay at range with him.
Yeah, I won't want to stay at range with that guy either, man.
Yeah, I've been saying, you can tell by looking at my eye, I didn't want to stay at range with him.
Yeah. So, did he have power, or was it more technical prowess that he had over you? Because he obviously he fucked your eye up, but you don't necessarily have to have power to damage somebody. You just have to hit him in the right spot, and with knuckles you're going to bleed, so you got swelled up. But did he have a lot of power once he really started? Because he did pepper you up a little bit. Were you worried about the power at that point, or you said, "Oh, I could take this boy. I fought tougher kids in the schoolyard."
Well, I mean, I knew I could take it, but yeah, he did have some pretty pop. I was a little surprised. I knew he would be faster, but I wasn't expecting, quite as much power. Like I said, he hit me with a couple of decent shots. One of them was a pretty good shot. I can't remember exactly where it was at, but I remember, I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to do something about this. I can't take a whole lot of them. But he had some power. He hit me with a couple of good shots. Especially like I said, in the early round when he got my eye, I was like, I can't keep this up. I'm gonna have to get in there and quit taking so many shots on the way in because I couldn't took a lot of those.
I'm going to disagree. I think you could have taken a lot more. I mean, you were out there just popping, and he was hitting you. You were coming forward. I mean, there was no quitting you, and there was definitely no quitting him. And there's a couple of people in the crowd who even felt that he might have beaten you. But watching the fight, sitting there ringside, when they announced the decision, I was like, they got the right decision. I always worry about that for you guys when judges get the wrong decision, when they don't know what they're looking at. And because it's bare knuckle fighting and not traditional boxing or traditional bare knuckle boxing or mixed martial arts, some of these judges are new, to this and learning on the fly, kind of like the fighters, they're learning the process on the fly. So it's a little new for everybody. So unless, there's been, I can't remember any blatant bad decisions I've seen in bare knuckle. But, right now, I mean, there's been some that have been close that could have gone either way, but these guys are learning too. So I'm not ready to crap on them like I'm going to crap on Herb Dean later on tonight for, his last performance, in that fight last week.
Yeah.
Because you guys out there need to know that the guy knows what he's doing. He's going to be able to stop the fight if the fight needs to be stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll talk about that with Herb Dean later on, but, well, he won't be on the show. I'm just going to talk about him. So, if he wants to pop on from somebody out there, I'm going to talk shit about Herb Dean tonight. So tell him to come on. I dare you. I ain't scared. He's miles and miles away. He can't get me anyway. So did you get a chance to talk to anybody from the promotion after your fight? Because like I said, you put on a hell of a performance. You got the win. Before they even announced the win, were you worried that you didn't get the win? Because like I said, some people out there felt it was going to go the other way.
Yeah, I thought I did enough to get the win. Like I said, I knew it was kind of close. So that's when, about the second round, I came out and I just said, I'm going to have to stay in his face. And I was hoping that, at least my pressure and me, taking the fight to him was going to, sway things my way a little. Like I said, I knew I couldn't stand back, but I had my doubts because you always worry about the judges. I thought that I'd won, at least 3 of the rounds, but I knew I didn't run away with it by any means. I was nervous that it could go the other way. I thought I won, but close fights, you never know exactly what they're looking at. And like you said, especially bare knuckle being as new as it is, you don't know exactly what they're judging and how they're judging it. But I think my pressure, kind of helped. Me steadily going forward. I think it helped in the eyes of the judges. If there was any doubt, might have put me over the edge just a little bit.
Yeah, well, like I said, I felt you won from jump. I mean, I watched the fight, and it was good stuff. And I just saw my next guest, Chris Sarro. What's up, brother? I see you down there. We'll have you on in just a couple minutes. Oh, he's making the fist right there. Blah, blah, blah. But Anthony Cruz watched your fight, and he said it was a good fight. He said you were really smart to adjust to the fight and take the win. And that's what you did. You adjusted to the fight, like you're supposed to. Some guys don't adjust. They have one game plan going forward and they don't adjust on the fly, and then they lose. You didn't do that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened to my opponent. Like I said, he came in, I think he was thinking his technical boxing skill was just going to, he was just going to beat me with it. And especially with my age on top of it, or his age, having that age on me that he was just going to outbox me. I don't think he expected the pressure and the steady moving forward from me, or me to be able to keep that up for 5 rounds anyways.
Yeah, some people fucking sleep on us older guys, man. I'm 51, Another kid in the street wants to try me. And listen, I'm not a boxer or anything, but I'm not a professional fighter, but don't try me because I'm gonna come at you, if I can. And I know some dirty street tactics from New York. I ain't afraid to fucking grab you by the balls and pull your scrotum over your fucking forehead if I got to.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, man. I ain't getting paid, so I'm gonna get in and out as quick as I can. Did you get a chance to talk to anybody from the promotion, David Feldman or Dave Feldman or Nate Shook after the fight? And did they give you any commentary? Are you coming back? Because Hernandez, after the fight, I spoke to him for a minute. And he goes, I think I'm just going to stay on the boxing thing. He came in and you might have just sent him packing.
I talked to Dave. Come up, spoke to me, and they both, they congratulated me on my fight and told me I did a good job. Like I said, now they didn't exactly offer anything or say they wanted me back, but I'm hoping they do. I said I hope I did enough at least to get a call back. But like I said, the commentators and like I said, several people stopped me as I was coming by and congratulated me on my fight and told me how well I did. And I think I surprised them all more than anything, but
I don't want to say, well, maybe it was a little surprising. Maybe you're right on that because, again, a lot of people expected that, Hernandez was going to beat you. So that was a little weird. So, they probably felt a little awkward going, now I got to tell this guy, oh shit, man, hey, good job, and like I said, I picked Hernandez to win it. It's not because I didn't think you could do it. I didn't know a lot about either of you. But based when I looked some stuff up, the kid definitely had a boxing acumen with him, and knowing how he's trained with Roy Jones, I know what Roy Jones does. I work for Roy Jones at Island Fights in Pensacola, and I was the ring announcer for his last fight before this one. This one coming up in September, his last professional fight. I was his ring announcer, so highlight of my career, man. Fucking awesome to announce the greatest pound for pound boxer ever, and that was awesome. So. I know what he teaches. I know some of the guys that he trains in Pensacola, so I knew what this kid was coming with, and that's what I based my prediction on. And I also probably because, again, he's younger, so he should have had a little speed advantage over you. I mean, that's just natural. The last thing that goes to power. So, the speed slows down, but as long as you can tag somebody, you just prove that age ain't shit. You get close to me, son, I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah. Well, listen, man, I got to tell you, man, I like when a guy like you, who has been doing this, and I think you started late in your career. Right? So, I think you had the real decision. You weren't going to go into the UFC. You probably weren't going to make the big time in boxing. But here's a sport that's kind of tailor made for a guy like you that wants to go out there and fight, willing to go out there and throw hands with somebody. And as long as you can keep winning, they'll keep bringing you in and giving you checks. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Bonus money. I can buy you a truck, a couple of guns, maybe, get some, a boat, go down the river,
Hell yeah. I'll find something to do with it.
Yeah. Or, invest in my show, whatever you want to do with it. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you can do with it. So overall experience, give us your overall experience, your thoughts on everything that you went through during fight week. With they did the blood prick COVID test, to make sure everybody was safe. Did you guys also get the nasal swab the day before?
I got the nasal swab, but I went a few days before. Like I said, I had mine done like the Monday or so. Yeah, they just did the swab. I didn't do the blood prick. But...
Yeah, I had to do the blood prick on fight day.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd rather done the blood prick. They stick that swab all the way to your brain.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
I don't see how you touch something and get it, but they got to touch your brain with a Q-tip to see if you got it.
All right. So before I let you go out, I'm going to welcome in our next guest. I don't know if he saw your fight or if you saw his, but this guy right here, his nickname is Golden Gloves. I'm just going to call him. I can't call him Badass because I already called you Badass. So I'm going to call him Chris the Killer / Golden Gloves Sarro, man. So we're going to bring him in right now. Chris, what's up, brother? Can you hear me?
What's going on, guys? I don't know if it's my connection or not. A little choppy, but can you hear me?
I can hear you. If you can hear me, we're good.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'm doing good. I'm down here at my gym in Portland, Jack and Jill, and we're right back to work, man.
I like that you're wearing the company shirt, bro. That's smart.
I can't hear nothing. Oh, that's me. That's me right there. That's
I
me
know,
punching
that's
John
saying.
McAllister. Yeah, man.
So,
yeah, that was a good one right there.
Yep. So let me ask you a question, Chris.
What's good, Bobby? How you doing?
Pretty good,
My
man.
shit's cutting in and out, guys.
Yeah, your shit is cutting in and out. I thought you were going to your friend's house in the studio to do this with me. What the hell?
I am, man, and everything got messed up. We're at the gym now, and I'm out in the van connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I hate technology. I hate technology. I love fighting. I love you guys, but man, I suck at these podcasts.
So, did you get to see Bobby's fight by chance? I think he froze up on us.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, the meal of the day is peanut butter and jelly. I'm chowing on a couple of sandwiches right now. If you want to, anybody out there watching the show, feel free to, go get you a peanut butter and jelly and, do your thing. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you are. You're back.
All right. I'm sorry, guys. Normally everything's all, I got everything all set up and I got my studio lights and then.
Well, do you, hold on a second. I'm going to send you a message. Watch this. All right. Let's see. Chris.
I got everything plugged in. I'm sorry, man.
I was saying Bobby and Chris. Chris, you should be getting a message from me, a private chat message. Let me know if you got the message. It should pop up on your little screen there. It should give you an indication.
If anything,
yeah, I think he lost the thing again. I sent him a message telling him if he wants to come back in later. Did you see his fight, by the way, Bobby?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I think his was right before mine or right after mine. And like I said, they shuttled us in from the hotel, so we weren't there on site, so I didn't get to watch a whole lot. So we were trying to stream it on the phone as we were warming up, but I went back and watched it later. Now he put on it was a really good fight. It was an awesome performance. But yeah, I went back and watched the video, but I don't.
Yeah, he was angry. He was like, he finished the guy like, get up.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
I think even if I was a fighter and he dropped me like that, I knew the fight was over. And he said that I'd be scared, and I shouldn't be scared. But that's like after he finishes you and he's still screaming.
You're supposed to get up. You're supposed to get up, or you.
Get up. You can't get up.
Yeah, you're supposed to get up unless you can't.
I get angry. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You were crazy.
Yeah, no, there's such a hell of a delay. Yeah, no, I get excited, man. It's like, what else are we there for? Bobby, same thing. I was seeing him before the fight. He was all game, ready to go. Saw him after. He looked like fucking Russell Crowe from Gladiator. He looked like a warrior. But that's what this promotion's for. This promotion's for
right in the middle of a great thought, frozen.
Yeah, I was he was coming up with a good one there.
You got the whole Russell Crowe shit going on, though, bro. What?
I've seen a few comments on social media about that.
Yeah, I'm looking at you now. I'm going, I see it. I see the Russell Crowe thing. That's fucking awesome.
I'll take it.
And he's back again. He's in, he's out. He's moving,
What's up, guys? I'm back.
Hey, Chris, do you want to come back on in like an hour after I do my last interview at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll be back home in an hour. An hour.
The sooner the better. I mean, I have a guest coming on at 9. So, but yeah, so I would bring you on at like 9:15.
Yep.
And he's gone again.
Gone again.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna shoot him a message. Let me do that. Sometimes this happens, technology, and he's way up in Maine, out in the you're in the boonies in Tennessee, right? And he's up in Maine, and we haven't had a glitch with you, and old homeboy over there is like, So
I'm pretty bad with this too. That's the reason I got on early. That's the reason I was on here when you got on here waiting on you.
No, that was smart.
What the hell I wasn't doing either.
Where is his name? It was, excuse me, a little burp came out right there. All right, now we got a comment popping up. All right, so finally the comments are coming in. Like the comments weren't showing up here because normally the comments show up on the side of my screen, but they haven't been. Let's see. Chris just sent a must come on when you get home. Oh my goodness. Now we haven't had any fights that have taken place with fans except for this one. No UFC fans. Blah blah blah. Were you happy that you got to have fans there cheering and yelling? Because as a fighter, if I were a fighter, even though you probably tune out some of the crowd, I'm sure you still hear a little bit, and you want to hear the crowd pop, when you grab, and take somebody and boom. And so I'm just wondering. Let's see. Chris sent a voice clip. Let's see what he said. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Fucking bullshit, man. This internet. I'll be home in like 40 minutes tops. I'll make it like a half hour from right now. I'll be ready to come on in an hour. Absolutely. Sorry about that, Chris. I normally have my ducks in a row.
See that? He knows. That works for me. He's probably watching right now going, man, don't be shouting. Don't be doing that shit. Don't be putting my voice out there. I'm putting it out there, fucker. He's far away in me, and he can't beat me up anywhere.
Right now. But he can't reach you from there again.
He can't get me from here. I'm in Florida, so he don't know where I am. But having the fans there. So let's get back to that. Having the fans there. Was it cool for you to have the fans there and have some people, shout out to you as you're walking in and walking out? Getting you a little more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can say the fans changed the whole dynamic of it. Like I said, I mean, we go into the gym and spar and fight all the time. That's nothing to it. But yeah, when you go out and you're in front of a bunch of people and you've got people come to watch it and people people you don't know, like I said, but the audience makes a lot of difference. It definitely ramps up the intensity and the emotion in the fight.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. I like having fans there. I mean, for you guys especially, I want you to have the fans there. They should be there, and I think that, my thought process is I think the country's overreacting to all this COVID stuff. Yes, I know people are getting sick, but 99.7% are recovering from it. Most of the people that have died have been old and had other pre-existing conditions. If you're that old and that sick, stay home. The whole world shouldn't shut down because of this. That's my opinion. I know some people don't agree with me. I don't give a shit if you don't agree with me. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. That's fucking America. Anybody don't like it, right up the wazoo. That's right. I think we have to get back to living. I think with everything that's going on in the world, I think the only way we're going to get through this is, just go out there and live. I know growing up when I was a kid, I played in dirt. I fucking probably ate frogs. I did all kinds of stupid shit. I never got sick when I was a kid, and I did some dumb shit. Yeah. Now everybody in this world is, let's do hand sanitizer and make sure that we don't get any germs. Well, if you don't get germs on your body can't adjust to them. When something fucked up like this COVID comes,
everybody's got a weak immune system and can't handle the problem you get when you do get, run across some germs. You can't hide from germs. You need to build up your immunity so you can deal with it.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean,
they're overreacting a little too. Like I said, they're blaming everything on COVID. I mean, people dying in hospice and they're saying it's COVID. I'm like,
yeah, get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit, man. It's like, come on, man, stop it, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's not.
I mean, I do know some people that got it. I mean, I believe it's a thing, but like I said, I think they're overreacting a little to it. But
listen, I had it, and I recovered to it. I had it. My worst symptom was I had the chills for 3 hours, and that was it. So I mean, it's like everybody's getting all bent out of shape out of this, and I just think they're, like I said, I went like I had it. Just straight up, I had it. And, I dealt with it. That's the way you do it, man. I got sick. They can't really give you any medication. And in the medication that people want or they say works, nobody is allowed to have. They say you can't do it. So it just pisses me off. I want to put people in the fucking face. What I need to do is go find all these idiots that are fucking shooting down all this stuff and bring guys like you and Chris Sarro and Jim Allers and a bunch of bare knuckle motherfuckers with me and just go whoop up people until they give us some medication. We'll fix this shit up, right? We'll do it country boy style.
Hell yeah.
You said you saw, some people that have had, I mean, anybody that died from it?
Now I don't know anybody that's died from it. Like I said, I've had an aunt that had it and a uncle that's got it right now. But like I said, he was in the hospital, but he come home. They were trying to keep him, and he said he wasn't staying, so they pretty much had to release him. He was coming home. He said.
He said, "I'm coming home. You're either going to let me go, or I'm just going to go."
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm the same way. Like I've had 3 heart attacks. I've had cancer on my liver. I've had leukemia. I got Crohn's disease. I got some fucked up shit going on. And after my heart attacks, I'm like, all right, you fixed the fucking shit. You put the stent in. Let me the fuck out of the hospital, man. I want to stay here. And one time I had to stay for a week because they put a pacemaker on me, so I had to stay. I couldn't leave, just a pacemaker hanging on. Like I had that Iron Man thing in the middle of my chest, but it was outside, and I couldn't take it with me. They were like, "No, you can't leave with that." I'm like, "Why the fuck not? It's working, right? It's plugged in. It's got a Duracell. What the fuck, man?" And then the second one, I got out of the hospital the day after the surgery, and then the third one, I got out of the hospital the day after the surgery. I had to go back in there because I had a bleed after, and that could have killed me. My leg got all black and blue. It was fucking crazy scary. Not even gonna lie. But you live, you learn. I can't sit in the hospital though. I feel like I'm, taking time away from somebody else that probably really needs it. You put the thing in my heart, my valves open up. All right, I'm good, man. Fucking, I'll see y'all later. Nope. Next time, if I ever have God willing, I don't have to go back. But if I ever do, I will follow the doctor's orders and I will stay. That will make my wife very happy. I'm not really going to do it. I'm just talking shit.
As long as she don't know, it's okay.
I have to whisper. She's out there. So what about you? You got family, wife, kids, all that shit?
I've got 2 boys. I've got a stepson and a little boy. I'm divorced. Just single, working.
So single, you got kid. You said you got a kid?
Yeah. Well, I've got a little boy's mine. I've got a stepson. I still claim he's a real good kid. Like I said, we're still real close. So I claim to.
You claim to. Hey, why the hell not, right? You only live once, man. You might well. If he's a good boy, he grew up with you. That's all right. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Oh yeah, he's a great kid.
How old are the boys?
17 and 11.
The 11-year-old is the one you fathered, or is the stepson?
Yeah, 11-year-old's mine.
Yeah, is he an ornery little country boy like you?
Nah, he's real nice and polite, and mine's I don't know where he gets it from. me and his mother, neither one are like that. I don't know. Maybe we got so much of it there wasn't enough left for him. But no, he's a good kid.
Maybe he saw you all being all crazy. He goes, I can't be like that. I don't know.
Very possible.
It's a possibility, You see
he started to get into the gym with me, and he really loves it. He goes every day with me and ask about diet and what he should eat. And
he's 11.
We started hitting mitts and stuff. He's really getting into the fitness thing, and I'm tickled about it.
Well, that's awesome. What if he wants to fight?
It's hard. I couldn't tell him no. I mean, I don't think he's going to be mean enough to want to fight, because I don't think he can. Well, like I said, he's still young, but I don't think he'd want to hurt nobody. I don't think he could hit him hard enough to hurt him at this point. Nope. So as he gets older, he might change a little and get a little rougher. But if he wants to, I'll back him no matter what he wants to do.
Yeah, you could be cornering that kid while he's going out there to fight. That could be pretty funny. Is he good in school? Is he getting the grades right and all that other good shit?
Yeah, he does. He does pretty well in school. Like I said, my stepson, he's straight A's, but he's super into fitness too. He's actually going in October to meet to try to break the world records for his age and weight and lifting. He already lifts more, but he's got to go to the competition to actually beat the record. But he's going to set world records in October if he's able to.
Holy shit, that's pretty fucking dope.
But
going for a world record, 17 years old.
Yeah, 17, and I think his weight's at like 148 or something. What he's competing at, but he benches 300 pounds and deadlifts like 550, and I don't remember what his squat is, but
Jesus,
that's more than the world records. He's just got to wait on the competition to make it official.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I can't do any of that shit, man. Now I'm pissed. I don't like this kid. He's making me look bad.
I barely lift more. Like I said, he gets the saying strong, makes me want to go to the gym because I'm afraid he's going to outdo me.
Well, yeah, you don't want him to outdo you.
Yeah, no, not yet, dude. Not at 17.
No, not yet, man. It's like, no, you ain't fucking outdo me, you little fucker. Come on, man.
Yeah, not at least in his 20s.
I mean, at least until his 20s, it's got to be at least till then. Yeah, because otherwise that's just bullshit, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. What are you feeding this kid that he's fucking doing shit like that?
We said curfew? What curfew?
I love it, man. And listen, I'm glad that you got to take this fight. I'm glad you had fun with it. Because I talked to you, like I said, I took your picture when you came out of the ring, and you were all just messed up. But the best part about it was you were still just smiling and having a good time, man. And that was awesome. Because at the end of the day, I obviously want to go out there and win. You get the nice paycheck and everything, but you got to go out there and have fun with this. Especially for a guy like you. That. The biggest stage out there may not ever get to you, but you're on a pretty big stage with bare knuckle. If you go out there and win some fights and make some money, scare your kids into being afraid of you. I mean, that's all good.
Yeah. Like I said, this is definitely one of the, the biggest platform I've been on. And, it was awesome. Like I said, and it was probably the most, I think it was like 25th pro fight. Something like that about, but it's probably the most comfortable I've ever been in a fight. Like I said, I think I transitioned into this style of fighting. I thought it's right up my alley. And like I said, it's probably the most comfortable I've ever been in a fight. Like I said, they, made comments about me joking in the corner and smiling. I went out there and enjoyed it and, had a good time with it.
Well, I got some
comments. Invite me back. I'd love to do it again.
Well, we have Jim Allers, the bare knuckle beast. He said, I don't know if you can see on your screen, but it says the champ is here. Jim has laid claim to the 155-pound title, even though Palomino and Flag just fought for it because Jim had to pull out due to COVID-related issues with his coach. So Jim still believes he's the champ, even though he hasn't fought for the belt yet. He's undefeated at bare knuckle, so he's been doing a good job there. But he did say this. He wanted to say, "Good fight, Bobby," because he watched your fight.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. The champ. Well, maybe the future champ. But as far as he's concerned, he is the champ because nobody's beating him. And so we'll see how that goes. Vince Anderson, he said, "Great fight for you." He goes, "You beat his boy Lewis, and Lewis is a beast," which we know. He really liked your timing, the way you were peppering off shots. So that's good shit right there.
Yeah, I really appreciate the comment. Yeah, like I said, he was a super tough guy. And like I said, it took me Louis to get the time. And like I said, them first 2 rounds, I didn't have it. That's what he was eating my eye up. Like I said, I tried to adjust and, pick my timing a little better when I moved it, to close the distance. And, evidently I got a little better as the rounds went on. So I didn't need as many shots after the first couple.
Yeah,
I don't think I could have took 3 more rounds of them.
I don't know, man. You're a country dude, man. Country boys are bred differently, and they do things a lot differently. So,
yeah, if it's like you can out talent me, but you can't out tough me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could out tough you, man. I mean, unless there's another country boy out there that's fighting, then you might have a problem, because 2 country boys in one fight, that's some serious shit right there. I mean, like I said, they write songs like "A Country Boy Can Survive" for a reason, because you guys really are born and bred different. Guys like in the UFC, some of the guys over there, like Bryce Mitchell, he's from Arkansas. He goes out and shoots squirrels and eats squirrels, and he's just a tough kid, man. You're not going to get him to quit. He's undefeated for a reason. And I've noticed a lot of the guys that come from that neck of the woods, they're all tough outs, man. You ain't just going to go in there and beat up a country boy and, beat him up quick. And if you do beat a country boy, you're not doing it quick because country boys don't quit. So it's just one of those really, I don't know. Maybe it's in the water. Maybe it's going up around the mountains. It's just country living. So if I'm a fighter, I get booked against country boy, I'm backing out. I ain't fighting no country boy.
Bryce is a tough guy. Like I said, me and him actually fought a few years ago. Had an MMA fight, and I don't know. He got some submission on me. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a
Who did?
something.
You and Vince?
Huh?
Who did you fight a few years ago?
Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah. I said, yeah, he's a real tough kid. Like I said, yeah, me and him fought a few years ago, and he beat me by submission.
Damn. Yeah, he beats everybody by submission, man. You ain't got
exactly. Yeah, he's crazy talented. He's a real good guy.
And he's good on the microphone. He's a decent looking kid. He ain't going to change who he is. And as long as he does that, he's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, brother, I just want to say, let me put my drink down over here. I really enjoyed this, man. I'm glad I got to have a little chat with you, get a little more insight on you. And, I hope we definitely see you again in the bare knuckle. I'm not going to call it the squared circle. I'm going to call it the circled circle because it's a fucking circle. The squared circle is not a ring. I mean, this thing is round like a fucking donut. So it's the circled or just the circle. I'm going to see you in the circle because it's not a squared circle. We can call it the circled circle. Maybe I should fucking hashtag that and then go get a website called Circled Circle. I don't know, man.
There you go.
Now I'm starting to think of Circled Circle, Steve Urkel. I'm just going way back in time, man. It's just fucked up. Because Family Matters comes on at 5 a.m. when I'm coming home from work and I see that fucking Urkel kid. God damn, I hate that little fucker. Well, listen, brother, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll definitely get you on again. Hopefully, the next time we have you on, it'll be because we got a fight announcement. And, we'll be able to say, all right, Bobby Taylor's going back. So, if you're into the country boy style fight, you better watch Bobby T tear somebody up. So, you want to shout out anybody, sponsors, or anybody you need to, show a little love to? Take the time and do it up.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate you having me on. It was an honor to come on and talk to you. Like I said, this is a big deal for me. Like I said, I don't, do a whole lot of this, but I just want to give a shout out to my gym, the Law School MMA in Memphis, as well. My home gym, and then the UFM in Tupelo is where I trained for this fight due to some commuting issues. Like I said, I trained there, and they welcomed me in, and I asked them if I could come down there, and they said, yeah, no hesitation, allowed me to come in and kind of catered to me a little. They were super good, and I appreciate both my schools and gyms for putting the work in, and spending some time with an old man. I mean, I know I ain't got a lot of years left, but I appreciate them, still giving me their time and effort.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm reading some other comments because for some reason the commenting isn't coming over the way it's supposed to on the video here, but I still see them on Facebook. And Elvin Brito, who had a phenomenal win himself, said Bobby Taylor fought his ass off last Friday. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Bobby Taylor fought his ass off last Friday. If there was a performance of the night, that would be it. He earned that win, and he said now he's a fan of yours. Let's see what else we got here. Yep, and then the other ones we already saw. Just real weird. Facebook's acting all fucking stupid tonight. What else is new? Probably mad because I said there's a cure for COVID and they don't like it. You just don't know what these people censorship and shit. Bullshit, motherfuckers. Well, listen, brother, you enjoy the rest of your night, man. I hope you have a great day tomorrow and enjoy the weekend. And again, thanks for taking the time to join us tonight, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for entertaining us last Friday night at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 11 in Oxford, Mississippi, at the hell was that place called? Lafayette Municipal Multi-Purpose Arena Center. Got like 12 names.
It was a mouthful.
And it was hot as fuck in there, dude.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was hot.
The locker rooms were cooled off, but because it's a rodeo arena, so I guess they're country people don't care, I guess. I don't know, man, but I'm a Jew from New York, man. I need some AC. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, it was warm out there. I know a bunch of people left early due to that.
Yeah, a few people did leave early, but the ones that stayed were smart because they got to see a great show.
Oh, yeah. They missed out some great fights, ones that left early.
All kinds of great fights that night. So, listen, again, brother, thanks so much for taking time. I hope you stick around. We're going to get Joe Elmore coming on, and then we're going to get Chris Sarro coming on. So we're going to have all kinds of fun. So we'll get him back on. Hopefully he'll be in a spot where he's a little more technologically advanced. We're going to be like, the country dude got it figured out. How didn't you?
Exactly. Yeah. He's in bad shape if he's worse than me.
Yeah, man, you ain't kidding, man. All right, well, listen, brother, you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm going to click you out, and you have a good night, man. Be safe, stay well, and God bless, bro.
I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Anytime, brother. It seems like everything's off a little bit. I don't know, man. Maybe it can't be at my house, man. I've got like 4,000 internet, over 4,000 internet. And so, I don't know, man. You know, sometimes it's just weird. And the streaming company, StreamYard, always says, "Oh, it's not us, it's you. Oh, it's not us, it's you. Oh, it's you, motherfuckers. It's you, StreamYard." I've got all the internet. I've got all the lights. You know, you tell me my green screen don't work because of my lighting. I've got great lighting on here. You know, sometimes they just fucking suck, and then people don't want to own their mistakes and their bullshit. And I'm paying a monthly service fee, and you guys ain't gonna get it right. I'm gonna fucking go up there and find your fucking office and kick somebody's ass. So the comments are coming in really slow over here. I don't know why. Drivers and updates are available. I can't do that now. I mean, I'm in the middle of a show, you fuckers. Hey, Joe Elmore, if you're out there and you want to jump in a little early, man, click your link and come on in, son. We ain't scared. We're rolling early. Don't forget, next weekend we'll be in Pensacola. I will be ring announcing for Island Fights 63, live from the Pensacola County Fairgrounds. It's going to be awesome. A huge amateur show. We got a lot of fights. We're going to bring you a lot of action. There will be fans in attendance there as well. We have tables sold. And that's it. So, come check us out, man. Some of the future stars of MMA cut their teeth in Island Fights. And, that's awesome. Now we're going to bring in this guy, Matt. Speaking of Island Fights, he's got a connection, because he hangs out with my boy, Sammy Collingwood, a.k.a. Big Daddy. And, I interviewed him before his fight, but that interview was choppy because there was no internet, within any mileage of the thing. But he went out there and he took on probably one of the most recognizable names on the card as far as the world of fighting goes, in Will Chope. Will Chope is no joke. He's been all around the world. He's got 100-something fights in his career. He's definitely going out there and getting things done. And this man went out there and put it on him. I hope he's got his earbuds in or his headphones on, because if not, I'm going to have to go find the Hitman in Atlanta and whoop some ass. But here he is right now. Joe, the Hitman, Elmore, joining us on the show. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, man, this new damn Samsung phone I got, hopefully it's not too much interference, but you can't get regular headphones. You have to have the damn USB-S plug. So, I couldn't find any.
Wireless. You don't have no earbuds, man?
But like Sarro said earlier, my technology ability, that's why my wife's my manager, and y'all seen her taking care of all that shit, because, dude, I could barely sign the paperwork. I just hit hard.
Well, listen, man. First of all, it's great to see you up there, in Mississippi. We had a good time. We watched you fight, oh, damn, I just bumped into my microphone stand, made a little fucking noise, scared the shit of me, if I'm being honest. But we had a good time. You had a good time. But before we get into the fight and all the good times and your obsession with White Claw, we're going to talk about that too, because that's a little weird. But before we get there, I've been asking a lot of people that have come on the show since all this pandemic stuff started. Tell us about life for you, like a typical day in the life of you before the pandemic versus after the pandemic.
Well, for 10 years, man, I woke up at 6:30 a.m. 5 days a week. Been one of the head instructors at X3 Sports. I teach the cardio kickboxing class for just our general clients. We have 5,000 clients at 4 different gyms here. I would stay from the gym from 6:30. I would train from about 9 to 10 with myself. We got Rodrigo Archulero there. He teaches jiu-jitsu. Sometimes at 11 o'clock, I would teach boxing or Muay Thai, one or the other. I would teach another cardio kickboxing class or take jiu-jitsu, depending whether it was my day on jiu-jitsu to take class or my day to teach. I would go home, get rest. I would go back, teach 5:30, 6:30 kickboxing, train with my team at 7:30 at night, X3 Sports. God, man, I've had so many different training partners and stuff there through the day. And I did that for 5 years. All of a sudden, this pandemic hit, and bam, we can't go to the gym. We can't have 10 people here. Can't teach cardio kickboxing. But I was very fortunate here in Atlanta, Gracie Baja, Professor Fabio, he came in and gave a lot of us some mats. They have tournament mats that they use for in-house tournaments, man. And I literally had these square mats that I've had in the back of my truck, and I carried them. Dude, we went camping in the middle of the woods when they shut all the parks and stuff down in the beginning of this. And we were training. I got pictures I'm going to post online just to fuck with everybody and show them what I had to go through to train my ass off of this fight. But we were in the middle of the woods having secret training sessions and carrying Gracie Baja fighters and my other boxing friends and from all the gyms we got in Atlanta. So that's pretty much my routine now, man. I'm training full time. I've got some online personal training I've been doing. I go and I meet people, do hand pads, self-defense, personal training clients, but I'm focused on full-time creating a style for bare knuckle boxing and training full-time for fighting, man. I've always kind of done that.
Not bare knuckle boxing.
Bare knuckle fighting, excuse me.
Yeah, don't let fucking Sheena Star catch you fucking that up. She will beat your ass and she'll make you bleed.
You're the one that made me say that, by the way, because I read that post and I was talking on it earlier. It's just in my head like White Claw right now.
Before we even get into your fight, dude, what the fuck, bro? White Claw? Really?
Okay, so let me tell you the story, bro. I love bourbon love really, really, really good bourbon, not just bourbon, but all kinds, and IPAs. I live in Georgia, dude. We have a different brewery or distillery every 2 miles of really good beers here. I was diagnosed with chronic IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, so I can't drink yeast in beer, and so I just started drinking White Claw, funny enough, and then I didn't know about the White Claw summer and all the wussy shit involved. So my friends tease me, but none of my friends that tease me have ever beat my ass. So I just play a game with it, man. I like it, and I'm going to drink it no matter what anybody says. And until somebody knocks me the fuck out, that's my drink. You know what I mean?
I just want to come up there and knock you out. I might have to get you when you're not looking, man. Not because once you get knocked out, there's no more White Claw.
Well, I mean, I can't promise you that either,
though. Maybe you can.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, that's what we should do.
Today, maybe. Honestly, I hit White Claw up and asked for a sponsorship, and they said, unfortunately, they weren't looking for anybody. And I told them, fuck you, Bud Light, Black Cherry's better anyway. So they might not be. That might be their last shout out on this interview right here, sir.
All right, White Claw, you got one more shot at the hit, man. And then it's going to be
that same old movie that plays real slow every summer.
All right, so you've been fighting for a long time, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at your record, and I'm like, wow, man, because you're 37 years old, and you've been fighting. Let me see, how far back does this go here? So your first pro fight, it looks like, was 2009. And then you went on, you fought, you beat Dustin West, John Coffer, Joey Carroll, Chike Lindsay. I don't know who that is. Bangkok
Chike Lindsay was number 2 Muay Thai fighter in the world. I still believe he's top 10 at the time. I hold the world record for the fastest omoplata finish. That's shoulder lock is wrong on there. I actually finished him in 33 seconds of the first round with the omoplata. I believe that's the fastest omoplata finish in the history of mixed martial arts.
Well, that's pretty fucking dope, dude. And because there's not a lot of them. I met you, I guess, 2012 XFC Charlotte Showdown, I believe it was.
Yes, sir. Tore my rib fighting Kevin Ferrant.
Yeah, you lost that one. Oh well, shit happens.
Yeah.
Because
I lost that one.
You've had some losses, and you come back and you get wins, and then you have a loss, you come back and get some wins. So, let me explain something, man. A lot of people don't know this about me. I fought Osman Apova on 3 days' notice. I flew to Kazakhstan and lost 37 pounds on an airplane. I've said this in a few interviews, but Ken Pavia called me at 12 o'clock at night and said, hey, man, will you fight in Kazakhstan? And I'm like, when? And they're like, we need you to fly out at 6 a.m. I'm like, when? And they're like, tomorrow. Do you have your medicals? But I've always got my medicals, man. I got my blood work. I got my stuff ready. My wife's got it filed. So I fly out and take those fights, bro. Honestly, they offered me $10,000. So I was like, oh, let's go. I got there and found out I was the main event against one of the number 1 fighters in Kazakhstan. You know what I mean? And I made it to the second round with him. He's world class, one of the best guys I've ever seen, 11-time combat Sambo world champion. Dude, I fight fights like that. I fought Brandon Legato, lost a close decision. Maybe it was a split decision, or I'm not sure. It was a decision, but I lost that fight in Canada. I literally had a tube put in my chest, had a collapsed lung from when I fought in Canada, flew home, didn't know I had it, found out 3 days later I had it. I trained with the tube in my chest, had the tube taken out of my chest, and fought the fight with Brandon Legato 7 days later, and then got toughest fighter in Georgia for 2019 because I had signed a contract, promised the promoter I was going to go, and I went and I fought and I showed up. I fight fights like that, man, and that's why guys underestimate me. When I get out there and I'm in full camp and I'm in full ability, I'm going to devastate these guys, and it's kind of cool to be underestimated. They don't expect it. A tube in your chest and you're training, and they take the tube out of your fight. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
You can fight
I
at
got
6
pictures
a.m.
training with my teammates with a tube in my chest. You can see the scar right there, man. I had a tube in my chest. For 3 days, I went back to the gym and coached. I landed, and I was at my gym. I couldn't breathe. Thought I was having some kind of asthma issue. Went to the doctor, and the lady, when I took my X-ray, I just got this response. She was in the back, and I heard, "Holy shit!" And you don't want to hear that. And I'm like, "What do you mean, holy shit?" Like. She's like, "You have a fully collapsed lung. How long has this been like this?" I'm like, 4 days. I flew home from Canada. I mean, I went to Niagara Falls with a collapsed lung, just had no idea. I was going around and going to the distilleries, came home, was like, "Oh, well, shit, I had one lung, whatever."
Dude, that's fucking nuts, man.
I'm a fighter, dude. Like you said, I'm from a similar area. He is. Your last guess. Oh my God, my name is. I'm so horrible with name. Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby trains at law school. His coach at law school in Memphis, where I'm a little country town outside of Memphis. Me and his coach actually fought each other freshman year in high school at a tournament 103 for wrestling. So I know his coach pretty well, man. I go way back. I'm a little bit of a country boy myself. Country thugging, but still, man, real country. We grew up fighting, doing this stuff, man, since I was a kid for fun because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's just crazy though, dude. I mean, fucking a tube, fucking taking a fight, 8 hours after a phone call and flying halfway around the world to Kazakhstan.
Nick Brazier, shout out for doing that with me, by the way. Dog pound, baby.
What'd you think of
my buddy at
Kazakhstan?
1 a.m. was like, "Hey, bud, we're fucking flying to Kazakhstan, dude." He got on the plane and went.
What did you think of Kazakhstan?
Dude, they treated me like a king over there. Honestly, the Almighty Pride that we trained, that I fought for, the Almighty Pride, it was it was amazing, dude. We had girls walking us out with our flag, and it was in a stadium. It was like UFC. It was sold out. It was like we had escorts. They drove us around in BMWs with 2 windows. I'm not sure if it was bulletproof, but one was clear and one was tinted, so we could decide if we wanted to see or have the light blocked out. And they took us to like a banquet, and I'm sure that was to get us really drunk on Russian vodka, because I took like 1 or 2 shots and like, "Come on, take more." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm fighting your guy tomorrow. I know what this is." But it was fun, man. They just tried to show us a good time. It was such a different culture, man. It was cool, dude. Anytime you get to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy different. I went over there a couple of years ago on I don't know, I think I had like 8 days notice, maybe 10 days notice to ring announce for a show. I had never been over there. So we flew into Almaty. I flew into Moscow. I flew from here to New York to Moscow, Moscow to Almaty. And what a cool place. It was Easter Sunday was the fight day. And I believe it was 2018. And I flew over there, and I get there and the weather's beautiful. It's like 75 degrees. And then the next morning, a snowstorm, like a blizzard, just came out of nowhere. And I'm looking down at the mountains over there out of the hotel. I'm going, what the fuck's going on? I didn't pack for a snowstorm. What the fuck, man? It's April.
It's crazy, man.
I had a jacket that worked, thank God. But man, it was chilly. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy. I would like it was morning to night, like Vegas, man. Kind of like Vegas. It reminded me of that because I landed there and it's freezing cold, and I was in a snowsuit, rubber suit. They told me not to leave the compound, but I still had like 10 pounds left. So I had to run through the middle of the city at like 3 a.m. It took me 17 and a half hours to fly to Frankfurt, Germany, and another like 11 to get there. And I'm like, I got there. I didn't know what day it was. I went back in time. It goes back in time when you go there. And then when you come back, you're like 3 days after you left. And you're like, what happened? Because you leaped forward a day plus fly for a day and a half. And it's, man, that's a whole other thing.
I think they're 13 full hours ahead of us here on East Coast time. That was weird.
Yep.
Took me a good day and a half to adjust, but I did. I was over there for like 4 days, I think total 5 days, 4.5 days, whatever it was. I like the place. The countryside is beautiful. When you get out there and get on the roads and you get a little bit away from the hustle and bustle, it's really beautiful country over there. And you're only like, a hop, skip, and a jump away from China, which is kind of really weird. I never realized that's the furthest I've traveled from here.
Well, the people there were like half Russian, half Asian.
Yeah.
Anyway, like it's like Russian, Asian-ish anyway, between Afghanistan, Russia, China.
Yeah, it was so strange. I'm walking down the street, and I see all the people, of the Asian that, and the problem is that, we're used to be somebody being dubbed as Asian being, like Chinese, Japanese, and all Asian people don't look like that, but we've become stupid with the way we identify them. But there were so many.
Cultures.
There were so many people over there that had, the Japanese look, or the Chinese look, I should say.
Absolutely.
And they're speaking fluent Russian. And I'm just like, what? I was so confused. It was so fucking nuts.
Yeah,
But
it was cool, man. I couldn't tell. Like, I was like, they got this full like guy that looks like one of my Korean friends here, and he's fucking speaking Russian like he's angry at me. I'm like, oh man, this is cool. This is different. Yeah, I loved it, man. I just any kind of culture. They eat horse over there. It's like just an everyday thing. It was weird for me because I grew up on a horse farm riding horses, and
I ate horse.
Yeah, I mean, I have too. I went and got ate horse jerky while I was there. I didn't know what I was eating. I'm like, oh man, this is good. And they're like, oh, you like horse? I'm like, oh shit.
I had little slices, like
yeah, like thin, like it looked
Thin.
like little cracker meat or something.
yeah, like they would cut prosciutto.
Yeah, exactly. Prosciutto. It's exactly what it looked like to me.
Who's Misty Kirk?
That's my cousin.
Okay,
One of my cousins from Phoenix.
She'd be on here loving you. She's like, we love you, Joe Elmore.
Yeah, my family supported, man. I had like 20 or 30 people that showed up all the way down there in Oxford, Mississippi to come see me. That's
awesome.
why they were talking about people leaving when it was hot, man. I had my papa and his 82-year-old sister was there, and I had people that have never even go to a fight just come to support me and show a lot of love, because of the event and just to see what I really did for a living. My papa thought fighting was wrestling for a long time. We're cousins with Jerry Lawler, so we did grow up around that. I get a little bit of my attitude from that, man. I grew up watching those guys try to put on a show and stuff and for the fans, and that's a little bit where my extra energy comes with my ADHD's been putting on that show for the fans and stuff. So having my family and all those people there to see it and realize I'm not really that crazy. It's just fun, man, and adrenaline out there, and having that support brings you back when you let it all loose.
No, listen, you are that crazy. I think we figured that out. Those of they've seen you fight over the years and just, know who you are. You're crazy. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes all kinds to make the world go around, and we need to have the normal and the sane, and then we need to have the crazy just to keep fucking things interesting and us keep us on our toes. I'm a little fucking nuts. I don't give a fuck, man. So we go, you're crazy. I go, yeah, thank you.
A lot more fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm crazy. Ooh, hey.
Cheers.
Right back at you. Oh, you're not drinking Bud Light.
No White Claw, bro.
You got there today.
I'm rehabbing. See, look, I've already said, look,
damn,
we're gonna try a new sponsor. Yeah.
Well, you had a shot, man. You're losing him. You're losing him. Get him back.
They're lost, man. They're lost.
All right, so let's move on to your fight. They booked you against Will Chope. Like I said in the opening before I brought you on the air, Will Chope is a super seasoned veteran. He's been all around the world. He's been fighting overseas for his most recent stint. He's got somewhere between 120 and 150 fights. I'm not even sure anymore. But he's probably one of the highest profile names you've fought in your career. And you fought a few, but he's probably up there as far as, a name. And, it's crazy that, you're getting a big name like that in bare knuckle. But you went out there and you did what you wanted to do. You controlled the fight from jump. You dropped him once early. And he got up. He was definitely phased, and then you just finished him. You got back in there. You got right in his face. You put him down on his feet again, or put him down on his butt again. And that was it, and you fucking did it. So what do you think of that?
It was my game plan, man. You know what?
Hold on. I'm going to bring in a co-host because he's supposed to be on with us before and he got all fucked up. So we're just going to bring him. We're going to make this a free-for-all. So we're going to welcome Chris Sarro back to the show.
What's going on, guys? What's up?
My opposite energy. That's the yin to my yang. Get up and stay down at the same time, baby.
That's right, dude. I've been saying the same thing. I've been saying Joe Elmore. We're on the same level.
Hey, bro, I know exactly. People have been comparing us. That's why I said I guess I'm just the mini me. They wanted us to fight. And I'm like, bro, thanks for making me look that big. I guess I look like Sarro on TV. Shit, that's cool.
You guys had so much energy between the two of you, man. If I hooked up jumper cable, I could have probably put an AC unit in that arena. We wouldn't
have been so hot.
God damn.
But you can't deny that. You can't deny it. That's the kind of energy. I mean, if you're coming into this thing with anything else, you're in the wrong fucking sport. You know.
If I would have come in with a different energy, Will Chope would have beat me. So you get off first, you give first, and this sport has allowed my power not to be ran from. It's like you can't hug and hold and shoot and shit whenever I hit you. It's awesome.
All right, so let's take a step backward. So you get the call that you're fighting Will Choke, and you've been in the game a long time. So obviously you weren't, like new to him. You knew who he was. Like I said, it's probably the most high-profile name that you fought in your career, or at least one of the top three. So what was your thoughts when you got him?
Fuck yeah. I mean, I love it, dude. I don't want to fight no pussy. Like, for real, I want to fight the best in the world because I feel like my energy level amps with the crowd and the person I'm fighting. I want to feel like I'm in danger. Like that's why when I got hit in the first and I felt the blood leak down my face, I was like, fuck yeah, bro. Because now I can really be mad at him because he's such a nice guy and so sweet in all reality. I love Will Chope, and I wouldn't be there without him taking a fight with me either. But so I have to find something against him. And when you get hit and bam, that was it. Oh, we're ready to fucking go now. So anyway, yeah, man, I knew that he was going to be technical. I watched Will fight all his fights. He's such a talented, perfect martial artist. But if you go back and watch all my fights, I look a little unorthodox, but I just created my own style, dude. I used my little short body and my power to kind of change angles and do wild things, but I invented those techniques. But I'm also a technician. I teach boxing at my gym. I teach Muay Thai at my gym. I teach every form of striking, takedowns, wrestling. I went to state all 4 years. I have a black belt in Taekwondo. I'm not a slouch. It's just when you mix 20 different things together, like Bruce Lee said, don't be the glass, be the water. I've taken a little bit of everything, and my speed, my power, I've adjusted it and tuned it into a different kind of vehicle. And, MMA sometimes, I'm a good grappler too, man. I could have probably won some of those fights, but I go in there not thinking about that in MMA. It gets confusing because before I'm a mixed martial artist, I was a fighter by heart. So I think that my fighter takes over some of my martial arts sometimes. And this match is good for that.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said, because I've seen some of your fights where you do get on the ground and you do your work. So you're definitely a skilled, wrestler, grappler. You can do the work, but I agree with what you just said about yourself. The fighter comes out, and you just want to go out there and punch people. It's like, all right, man, I know I can fucking try, but I'm getting up. I'm going to knock this motherfucker out. Who the fuck is he to take me the fuck down? I'm going to beat that guy's ass. And that's what happens to you. And by the way, next time, if you guys are on the same fight card together, I want you guys to work each other's corner because that would be so fun. You guys are just so like,
someone would light on fire or something.
Yeah,
it would be too much.
That shit. Yeah, the ring would fall apart.
Like, yeah, the ring would.
It had to be the last fight of the night.
I want to see Joe hit me in the ring. I want to see Sarro in his corner going, "Get that fucker!
Get up, down, get up, get down."
Yeah. He
was so fucking confused. He wouldn't know what to do.
Everyone, get down, get up, get down.
Stay down. No, you get down. God.
People would be headbutting each other. It would be a mess. It would be a mess.
He'd be bald like me.
Dude, there's. I say this from like the after party, hanging out with you, Joe, talking with you. Is that you could have a bunch of people that are professional fighters, but there's levels to this thing, and it just is what it is. There's lions and gazelles. We're all in like the same, we're all in the same safari, but one's eating the others, and that's just how it seems to be. And Joe, I feel like we're kind of cut from a similar cloth. Watching his fight and how he comes out, how he composes himself. I mean, when you're cheering before the fight, you're confident. You see a lot of guys, they're standing there, they're looking, they're a little timid, they're trying to whip. We're coming out there. We know what the fuck we're there to do. We know what's going to happen, and so that energy, I respect that because that's, that you don't see that too often these days. So it's cool.
I go around measuring the other fighters. I saw the same thing with you, Sars. I didn't know. Remember, I knew you as Musclehead before I knew your name because your opponent was outside going, "Oh man, Musclehead's gonna beat me." And then I tried to talk to Buddy. I can't remember his name. And if he sees this, dude, I'm talking shit. I'm just saying, hey, you gotta. I went outside to the pool and I was like, "Hey, bro, we're fighters." Even if.
Are you talking about the kid he just fought?
Yeah, the kid he just fought.
Victor Jones.
I said, hey, man, I was like, look, dude, don't call him Musclehead. Don't worry about this. If you're not ready, you're always ready. You're either a fighter or you're not. Go out there, put everything on the line, die for what you came here for tonight, but you're not going to die. You're going to live. One of you's going to go, one of you's going to stay, and then we can be friends and get it over with, and you can leave with pride. So I don't like the sulkiness, and it's people defeat themselves before. And like, I think Will looked at my record like a lot of people do and underestimated me. And that's a blessing that I have, is because when you look at my eyes, you can tell I don't give a fuck. In all honesty, I'd fight Sarros if they paid us, like, for real, like an open class fight, just because we're fighters. And like, I love what the fuck ever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody should feel that way. If they don't, they're not going to make it. And that was the one thing I did see in Will Chope's eyes, is like when he saw me and saw how big I was, I've been training. I wasn't sitting down for this COVID. I was sitting I would take y'all outside and show you. I got mats under my garage. I got mats downstairs. I mean, you could see it in his eyes. And my wife even looked and was like, you know what, I think you won. And I could tell, like, when we hugged at the weigh-ins, I'm like, I'm going to knock him out. And it's always something I feel. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm not, but there's a certain energy that I feel.
Yeah.
Even the guys I make friends with, like you, bro. Like, and I respect martial artists and fighters and the fighter inside of us. It's different than a martial artist, because some people pay to become martial artists. Some people are born fighters and become martial artists later. And that's mine.
That's
Absolutely.
And I like the way you said that some people are born fighters and some people are, you become a martial artist, but your fighter is the fighter inside you. And, there ain't no quitting that dog of Joe Hitman, and there ain't no quitting in the dog called Mr. Chris Sarro, Golden Gloves. So, Chris, did you get to see his fight live, or did you get to watch it back after it happened?
Oh, I watched it live. He fought right before me, and so I was standing there waiting. And when he got hit, I mean, I spent the morning with Will. We got COVID tested together and stuff. And yeah, like Joe was saying, great guy. You can't not
Super
like
cool.
Will. He's super nice. He was in his. It seemed like not to say something that wasn't fact, but if I was to judge, he was in his head a little bit when we were getting ready to shuttle over there. And I walked by and I said, "Hey, man." I didn't even know he was fighting you, Joe. I knew he was fighting, and I go, it's about who's first, Will. It's about who gets off first, who gets that first good one first. And if I was to say that to Joe, I picture him being like, "Oh, fuck yeah, man, I get it," like all amped. Will sat there and he kind of looked up at me and he goes, "Hey, thanks, man." And body language says a lot about a fighter. Especially day of weigh-ins, and at weigh-ins he wouldn't even. Not out of disrespect, he's just not a confrontational person, but you ended up making him have to square off because he didn't originally. Just little things like that, you can tell that, you never know what someone else has going on too,
Exactly. Life is rough right now, man. Life is rough.
You never know. But he came to fight, and Joe just, smoked him. That's what bare knuckles about. It's not MMA. It's a whole different beast. It's a whole different structure.
Yeah, and it's not boxing, and it's not bare knuckle boxing. It's bare knuckle fighting. And
man.
I put a post the other day. I think I tagged both of you guys in it, because there's a lot of people out there who have a confusion about what it is, and they call it bare knuckle boxing, and it's an insult in my opinion, and it's not. I think a lot of people do it not out of trying to be insulting, because this is new. We're all learning about this on the fly. Even the judges sometimes that are working, the fights don't always know because they're still learning, on the clinch, when you're pulling the plum and, what's legal and what's not. I saw you and Sheena today. We're talking about doing spinning back fist and bare knuckle fighting. I'd be all over that. But, the problem is, you might catch a forearm or you might, catch an elbow. And that's definitely not part of fighting or any form of, boxing or a derivative of it. So, yeah, it would just be a little weird. Although I'm going to, I'd watch though. I want to see like bare knuckle MMA. That's what I want. I want to see a bare knuckle MMA fight.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's working its way there.
It would be good for two things. One, obviously the bare knuckles. The hit, and you're going to get more blood. But for the grappling aspect, you don't have the glove on your hand, and you're going to be able to work more for a guy that does grappling and jiu-jitsu and trying to get holds. I think they'd be better suited without it. So I'm hoping some promoter out there says, you know what? Let me show everybody my cojones. I'm going to do bare knuckle MMA, and I'll fucking go right there. I'll be sitting ringside watching the first one or cage side, But
Well, I think Dave has a lot of. There's still a lot of changing to happen in this promotion, and when it comes to the rules, I feel that and I may be wrong, but I feel like there's so much room for for evolving. As it is, it's already the rules have kind of changed from the first event till now. It's kind of up to the ref's discretion, certain things. So there's a lot of gray area, and I like to keep it as close to boxing personally. But I wouldn't be surprised if, a year down the line, hammer fists are involved. Who knows? Because it is, it's bare knuckle fighting, and there is a difference there. So.
There is.
See, I was a little confused, man. That's why I went unorthodox boxing style I knew I could Randy Couture. I knew I could grab the back of the neck, and I knew I could uppercut and pound the face. But there was questions, like, because of some of the angles, man, like you can hammer fist guys on the ground. If he turns, can I turn that hammer fist in? Can I
it's a fist.
I know that it's an open palm strike from the clinch, but can I just fucking ear smack him and make his ears ring whenever he does something, bitch smack him or something, whack, like Nate Diaz in the middle of the fight.
Yeah. Or the double clap.
Yeah, the little
No, there's no rule. There's no rules saying.
So but look at the difference between UFC 1, UFC 11, BKFC 11, and UFC 209. Like, it's, man, everything's changed. So right now we're the building blocks, and we're testing it with our bodies and our faces to see what we're going to let it happen. And the fans are the ones that are going to decide.
So you guys, when I said earlier that some of these comments are coming up, some of these comments are going to pop on the screen, popped on a while back, but the comment thread is lagging on my broadcast end. But when we were talking about you guys being in the corner of each other, Elvin Brito, who fought on that card as well, he put a comment up. You guys should be able to see it on the screen. Spontaneous combustion in the crowd. And there it is. I think we could probably use you guys to power rocket. Like, we could have shot you into space to destroy the asteroid in the movie Armageddon. Right? Just onto the ground. You guys could have just hit it from one side each.
Just tied us together, shot us out of rockets. That asteroid had been like, fuck no! Here they come, not both of them.
when we retire, we'll be the guys, the hype guys, launching the T-shirts into the audience, getting everyone riled up.
I was more thinking like Ric Flair and UFC fight. Every time we go pee, you just hear, woo!
Oh yeah. Let me tell you one thing, Mike Frosty.
Mike Shorey said this is the greatest podcast he's seen today. Well, that's fucking awesome. And you know why, Mike? Because I have spontaneous combustion right here. If you guys, if you guys ever decide to go to pro wrestling, that's your tag team name.
Yeah, I would fuck that up real quick. Yeah, the first time I got slapped in the chest.
Yeah, exactly. You get a lot of 1-point deductions in that son of a
It'd be a lot of 10-7s.
Yeah. A whole lot of 10-7s.
Did you get to see Chris's fight?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Look, I've honestly went back and watched every single person's fight 10 times in a row. I'm studying how everyone moves. I'm appreciating it, dude. It was so just the energy. I love it. It's like it's my medicine, man. You can learn from every single person that's out there. And since this is our new style, like I might have to fight any of these people. So as much as we're friends, I want to know who they are. I want to see how they fight, who they train with, who they're around. That'll tell me more about them, what their lifestyle is. I look at their Facebook. Do they keep their shit together? They drop the kids off of school on time. That'll tell you a lot about just every man and every person. So I'm friends with people. Fully involved.
Stop telling us your stalking secrets and just give me your view of Chris Sarro's fight.
Oh shit. I loved it, man. He's a fucking animal, dude. Like I hang out with him. That's why I hung out with him after the fight, bro. I was like, he went out there and it's just like the same energy I have. It's just I loved it, dude. He had me hyped. I was like hiding behind the curtain going, I was screaming again, just like I did for my fight. I feel the other people's energy. So I appreciate the extra, it lets me get involved. When people stay quiet and don't do all that shit, I'm like, oh, good job, cool. I'm kind of with them. So when somebody lets me, I get to feel their energy, man. You don't get I didn't get to knock one person out. but I got the victory of 4 or 5 knockouts that night. Even the title fight, man, it was nasty, dude. I'm glad I barely like sit down, look in the chair, lean my foot forward. I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? And Valley Flag's tough, dude. So that was amazing. I felt
right. I don't know when this comment came on, but here's Elvin Brito against goes, if it's not illegal, it's legal. There you go. So getting back fist, maybe you get away with it once because I don't think there's a rule that says you can't.
I do wish you would have got the fight a little longer, and I do wish he would have got up, bro. I wish he'd have got up one more time and let you get that.
I want him to get up. I mean, he said he said that was his bitch, you know, right before he got there.
I remember.
And my father's there. My dad's right behind me, and that's when like my dad gets real quiet, and he's like, you know, go kick this fucking guy's ass. And so when he's down on the ground and I'm looking at him, and it's like, man, you get up. You don't stay on the ground. Even if when you get up, Bruce Banner is going to blast you out of a building. You don't stay down. You know what I mean? You get up. He's down the rest of his life. I'm sorry, but that you don't ever get up after that one.
Hey, bro, you should have gave him the Anderson Silva hand, the Anderson Silva Patrick Cote hand. Should have just reached out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then pull last second. Man, I don't know. You don't. That was the first time anyone's ever really been disrespectful to me, man. And so
Really?
I was that. For the most part, I'm a pretty genuine guy. If we're gonna fight, like Joe's saying, we're gonna fight. You know.
I mean, Jacob Lamar says Joe and him fought and ate lunch together before the fight because it's a business deal. That's what a fight is. That's what I just saw the comment there.
Yeah. If you're still
together, and then I joined his team and moved in with them a month later because they had more guys on their team. They let me live on their couch so I could start training.
This is gonna be good.
Did you beat him?
Oh yeah, he was called the Anvil. I was undefeated, man. I went 10-0 in Montgomery, Alabama. At 205, I knocked the guy out in 3 seconds. A 185 champion, 170 champion for Fat Lip MMA.
MMA.
It was called Fat Lip.
Judy Kirk.
I mean,
rock. By the way,
I fought a lot of it.
A guy sitting right next to me. I mean, my pro debut, I beat this guy here and pretty decisively, and we became best friends. He just won his Bellator debut the night of our fight, Ras Hilton.
Hey, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, awesome, guys.
Dude, man, congratulations on that win,
Hey,
brother.
long time no see.
He can't hear you. I got the headphones on, remember?
You know, I heard him. Yeah, thank you, bro.
They're saying congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good job.
Yeah, no, we went to work together, and now we're good friends. We train together, you know, and it helps both people.
Supposed to be, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw some of the negative comments, you know, on rate his energy stuff online. And it sucks because they show the highlights of us yelling like that. And I think simple people that don't fight. I've realized it's the people that really aren't fight fans that are coming on that don't understand that energy comes out. Because even after I told Will Chope to stay down, what they didn't show on that was me hugging him and crawling down on my knees because I genuinely love him and I would train with him. You know, he's trained with my training partners here. He a guy named Daniel Gray fought Will Chope a long time ago. He called Daniel 2 weeks before the fight to talk to him about me. Daniel called me and talked to me about the fight, all that.
They're saying congrats on your Bellator win. They have it wrote on a thing for you to see it.
Thanks.
No, he says
he can't hear it, but he can see it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
I got to put it back. Hold on. Let me get fix it up. No, put it back. There we go.
Congrats on your Bellator win. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. No, it's good, man. He went out. He fought a tough fight, and he was supposed to be in my corner. He was supposed to be in my corner down in Oxford, and he called me. He took the fight on 3 days' notice, and fought a guy who was 6-1 with 6 finishes, and he fucking beats him. Unanimous decision. I mean, you can't write that. The second they raised his hand, I started walking out. 2 best friends. And then I went to fucking war.
If you're punching at him, wasn't nobody else going to knock his ass down?
No, man, not at all. He's getting real training. He's doing good.
Did you hear Joe Stewart at the beginning of the interview? He took a fight, got a phone call, said, "Hey man, can you go to Kazakhstan and do a fight?" And they're like, "When?" And he's like, "When?" And he's like, 6 a.m. He goes, 6 a.m. when? He goes, 6 a.m. tomorrow. Chris
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
I got a fight notice Tuesday night. Flew out
Yeah.
6 a.m. Wednesday morning. Landed in Frankfurt, Germany on Thursday. Kazakhstan that night. Cut 12 more pounds running through the city of Kazakhstan, a total of 37 pounds while doing jumping jacks and starting the airplane. Dude, I was jumping jacking for 12 hours flying, and then I fought Osmanapova for the main event for Almighty Pride.
Dude, that's
3 days
awesome.
notice.
That's awesome.
That-
Yeah, see, that's why I said there's levels to this shit. There's plenty of fighters that are professional that just wouldn't do that. That to me sounds like a hell of a fucking adventure, you know? Like a good. Did you win? How'd it go?
I got beat, man, but it was honestly one of the best experiences of my life, one of the best pays. I honestly
Hell
thought I
yeah.
could win. I made it to the second round, TKO in the second round. But I feel I could have beat him with a full camp, but I wasn't going to not take the fight. I train all the time. I'd like to have a full camp and trained for him specifically. But had I not taken that fight, maybe I would have missed another opportunity. And I don't mind taking an ass whooping, to be honest. I just want to entertain and fight. Because what if I would have head kicked, knocked him out, and won that big money? Or Will Choke thought he was going to beat me. They wanted that. You know, that's how I feel. Like there's opportunity and everything, and a loser's not a loser. In this fight, especially bare knuckle, the winner and the loser, if you put it all on the line, you're still badass. We could all be Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin fights. That's like all these are set up just like that, and it don't matter who wins. You both get $1 million.
Yeah.
No, that's how I look at it. I look at it, if you go out there to fight your fucking ass off, I mean, in that situation, you got this badass story of going to Kazakhstan and cutting all this weight. That's worth it enough right there. But if you go out there and you commit to war, it does win or lose. It doesn't matter. If you commit to war, you have nothing. Everyone's happy. It's a win-win. You know. It's I like that mentality, man. I hope we fight on the same card together, buddy. I mean, for real. That's because it's just only going to go up from here. They're going to give us good. I want some names. You're going to get a name. I'm going to get a name.
I already got a name. I can't share it yet, but I got a couple names lined up, and I'm hoping I get to whip one.
What you mean you can share? Dude, we're all about sharing here.
I ain't signed it yet, so until I sign it, I'm going to speak it. Whenever he signs it, I want to scare him because I don't know if they've even told him yet. I just got offered a couple names, so if I say it out loud, they'll probably be like, "Fuck that shit." I don't have time to think about it.
Well, there should be someplace on your screen, Joe, where it says private chat.
Yes, sir.
Do you see it?
You're in a show everyone can see and hear. I see where it says chat down low.
I just wrote something that says yo.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Okay, so you could type under that. So, and only me and Chris can see it. Can you see that, Chris, where I typed yo?
Uh-huh.
Chris, do you see it? Yo.
Do you see where I wrote, yo, who is the bitch?
Yeah.
All right, so Joe, you got to tell us. We won't say it on the air, but you got to tell us right now because we just need to know.
I want to know. I want to say a thing.
Let me get it.
Just
real
type
quick.
the name to us.
Hey, and Nate, if you're listening, or Dave, we won't tell. Promise.
Well, there's no contract signed, so there's technically nothing to tell.
Technically, it's nothing to even tell right now. Yeah, technically.
See, Chris is good at doing his job here. Stirring the pot.
I just want to know what's going on. I won't speak it out publicly.
I'm just good.
I've got information from promoters or managers or fighters that, big news, high profile stuff, because I was asked to, so, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever,
y'all get it?
I don't know. Oh, let me see. Well, we lost Joe. Oh, we lost him. Oh my
God.
Oh,
yes.
I got the name. I like that name.
Yes. Yeah. We lost him.
I think he hung up on
he clicked the leave button. He's coming back, I'm sure. I like that name. I like that name
too. That's a good name because
that's a good name. That name makes sense.
Yeah, it actually does. It's we can't even talk about it, but we know.
We can mum it. Is Joe coming back?
There he is. That's a good name.
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
And it's a good fight.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good name.
We're not even going to speak on it. No, we're not.
I didn't say nothing. That's a good name.
I want it.
That's a good name.
I want it.
You should. You should want that. That's you all day long. That's you all day long.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
No doubt.
we're jumping back and forth for both of you guys. So, Chris, we haven't officially asked you about the fight. And listen, I saw you in the hotel, and I know that leading up to this was the fifth opponent they booked for you for this event. I know, so you went through a lot of mental, because it's tough to stay focused when they call you up and go, all right, you got this guy, and you're going. And I don't think it adjusts. I don't think for a bare knuckle fighter, I don't think it adjusts your training per se. But it does adjust your mentality a little. All right, first I'm fighting this guy, now I'm fighting this guy, and the change that wear on you. So you finally get a fight after 4 books. You finally get the guy. He shows up in town. He's there. He's ready to go. He was running around outside before the fight. He had some stuff going on, so he's taking a sponsor break right there. That's awesome. I like it. That's the way you're supposed to do it, man. Branding, marketing, it's all brilliant. But you finally get there. You got an opponent finally. The weigh in. Are we going for Flex Monster Wars here? What's going on? Oh, he's going to the sponsor.
He had the fight shirt on too, baby.
Oh, I love it.
They didn't show the back of our shirts when I thought I had to do it. Sorry to interrupt, Sarros.
But so you finally get the guy that shows up.
Yeah.
He weighs in. You weigh in. Fight's official. At that point. What from that point forward, what goes on with Chris Sarro?
After we got to the second name, I was starting to sink into, because my coach is strict and he runs a tight ship, and there was no fucking around. We kept right steady. It was a steady 8-month camp. I take 1 day off a week. I work out 6 days a week. I do 2 a days. And when it's 3 weeks out, we turn them into 3 a days. We go from 4:30 a.m. in the morning workouts with my coach, where I come back in the afternoon, then come back in the evening. And then we switch from morning to evenings once it gets close to fight time to adjust to the time. That was 8 months. What you saw backstage, Chris, was like a lot of built up stuff coming out there. But once they gave me the second name, went from Rob Murrow to Adrian Miles to Quentin Henry to Billy Martin. I was just like, I don't give a fuck.
Tonight. I spoke to Adrian tonight, dude. That would be a good fight for you. I actually talked to him. I only know him from the local scene. We fought on several cards together. He would be a good fight with you. That would be a good fight. He's a brawler. That would make a good fight with your boxing skills.
I would love that fight.
That would make a good ass fight.
I would love that fight, and that fight makes sense. And I got 3 months training for his ass anyways, So we fought together in Biloxi, and where I'm at is I'll fight anyone. Come to my front door right now. I'll fight you. That's just who I am. But
no. Hey,
my promotion.
Hang on. There's no more. Come to my front door and we're fighting, because you're not getting paid for that, man. So if you're not, unless somebody,
but I'm cursed. I'm cursed with this genetic monster inside me that if someone comes to my front door and wants to fucking fight me, I'm gonna kick their dick in the dirt, and that's just how it is.
I do believe in the disrespect purge myself.
Yeah, you're right.
People just need to be fucking smacked upside the head.
Absolutely. They say violence doesn't solve things. I tell you what, for my fight with Rats, there were 4 people in the audience that I've knocked out. Not sanctioned bouts, and they're my friends today. So it's funny how things work that way, and they've never fought again. I just got used to the fact that, okay, shit's always going to go wrong. Shit's always going to go wrong. If you can't mitigate your stress, if you can't control your own emotions, like when I see people get confrontational, I see weakness, to be honest with you. Unless you really cross the line, I'll fucking headbutt you. But I see a lot of people. They're quick to just want to, and all that says is fear. It says you got little testicles and you're the gazelle. You know what I'm talking about, Joe. It's like some people got to do it. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck who they put in front of me, but I do respect. Say what?
Do I know who you're talking about with the tiny testicles?
Oh, they all got tiny nuts.
Just some people.
Yes, in general. People that.
I'm like, I say the fucking name.
All this, in general, I'd say 40% of the men alive.
Yeah, 40's being generous.
But there's a place in this world for everybody. We need smart people too. I need somebody to fix me after I'm fucked up.
Smart people. I'm definitely not one of them. We need smart people.
I'm smart, but I'm a smart dumb motherfucker. I do dumb shit.
Yeah,
and I'm smart. I still do it anyway.
Smart, not book
Oh
smart.
yeah, I still use my head as a tool sometimes. So
Exactly.
But no, I mean, I got a lot of respect for my boss and what he's done for me, and I go wherever they tell me to go, and that's just the bottom line. There you go, sparking up. I've been saving mine, trying to be a good boy. No, I go wherever Dave tells me to go, and I mean,
Joe.
I can't touch THC anymore. You kidding me, man? I'd be a friggin' mess. But CBD absolutely works wonders. Holy moly! My hands after that fight.
Fusion
Oh,
water?
yeah. I love Fusion. I'm sponsored by the Cano Bio Group, man, and it's straight from the lab. And for nerve damage and my sciatic pain and stuff like that, like unbelievable. I suggested it to my mother, and I would never suggest a product to my mother if it didn't work, you know. But no, anyways, we.
Your mom, you might tell my CBD is not THC, and she's like, "Don't give me that unleaded bullshit, son. Give me the fucking stuff with the gas."
You lied to her. Tell her it's CBD. No.
What would you do? What would you do if your mom said, "Dude, I don't want the weak shit. Give me the real shit"? Would you be like, "Oh my god, mom"?
Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised. My family's awesome, but we're crazy, man. Yeah, no, I come from a pretty awesome family, man. My father, my mother usually. My mom couldn't make it this time, but they're normally at every one of my fights. Like win or lose, no matter what, they're there. My mom's screaming. There for Rass's fights too, and they've been there since the amateurs, the best they can. My dad was there ringside, so I like having them there, because it's one more incentive to, ain't no one kicking my ass today.
I feel the same way, man. That's why I like my wife in my corner. When my 16-year-old son's there, my granddad was at the fight. My son didn't get to come to listen, but my granddaddy came. He's only been to 2 fights my whole life. He came to my first world title at the King of Horizon when I beat Dustin West and slammed him. And then here, when I've got my wife and my family there, I'm like, it's honor and respect. That's what martial arts is. So for me, I'm fighting for my family's honor. My son's sitting there, and I remember when Ryan Jett was beating my ass, and my son had bet Ryan Jett's manager a pack of Skittles versus M&Ms that I was going to lose to Ryan Jett. And he had hit me and he poked me in the eye and sucker punched me. And cracked my orbital. So my face went numb. And when I got back up and went to my corner in the second round, my wife comes up to me and she goes, "Do you want your son to lose those M&Ms? Look at him." And I looked at my son, and that dude was kind of poking my son going, "These are mine." And I felt this thing in my head, and I went, And she goes, "Well, go out there and rip his leg off then." And she didn't say it like that. Y'all saw how her energy was. She said it like that. And I was like, okay, 30 seconds into that round, I went and ripped his leg off. And it was because of them. And I'm like, if I don't rip his leg off, I lose. And I disappoint my loved ones, my family, my fans. Fuck that.
I like that.
I
like that.
You two guys, I'm so glad I brought you guys on at the same time, because this just is spiraling into energy after energy, and it just keeps building. Like normally, when you get on with people after a certain amount of time, it's going down. I'm like, we're just getting on the uptick, man. Like, so let me ask Sarro here. Sarah, Chris, what's your opinion on Joe's love for White Claw?
I was impressed. I was impressed. When I saw the White Claw, I was like, wow, it's a lot. His wife drinks a lot. And I'm like, oh, that's for him. No. Hey, dude, I like White Claw.
She drank one White Claw. She's gone. It's summertime.
Yeah, no, I like it. Dude, White Claw's, what he needs to do is get endorsed by White Claw, because that was enough White Claw. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I think they fucked up, man. It might be me and old Bud. Hey, look, I'm a little bit more of a redneck anyway sometimes. So I think I should probably go with Bud Light Black Cherry. That kind of fits the
there you go.
Tennessee vibe.
I'm going real hard over here with my Monster juices and shit.
Monster. I can see where Monster's what you drink.
You guys,
man. Dude, I want to fight right now. I was in the gym tonight fucking bouncing around. And my entire professional career is a matter of 3 minutes and 52 seconds, all first round KOs. They just happen. Boom, boom, boom. I want to get a good one. I want
Well, see, and that's
Hector
another
Lombard.
thing about our energy, bro. When you build up that much energy in your camp, dude, it's like when I knocked out dude in Bellator, I fell to the ground and I felt like a beam of just like,
Yeah.
every bit of punches
Yeah.
because I'm expecting to get my ass whooped. And if I don't get that energy out and I don't get my ass whooped, it's still there. And it's got to it's got to go somewhere. And if you don't just just release that energy, you're stuck with it all night.
Joe,
I know. You don't want to get stuck with it.
Hang on, Chris. Joe, you said Misty Kirk is your cousin?
Yes.
All right, and Judy Kirk is your aunt. She said she said
my mom's oldest sister. Shout out Aunt Judy.
Aunt Judy said my nephew's a fucking badass. I love that little shit. You guys can see that on the screen. But I've got a message from your cousin Misty for Chris.
Oh my Lord. That's my family, bro. Hey, my mom's got 7 sisters, man, and they all got 3 or 4 cousins.
You guys might end up related, man. Misty and Chris get together. I mean, what's going on here, man? You guys might be into
What's up, Misty?
I love you, guys. I love y'all.
No, this is a good show. I'm glad I came on. Yeah, when I was in the lobby, I was like walking around listening. I had my headphones on and I'm amped. And it's still hours before the fight. And people are talking like, you get way amped before a fight. It's like, well, sit back and watch, because the difference between me and you is I'm bringing. You need to get amped to come out with that kind of energy. I'm listening to like recordings of tigers growling and lions growling. I have hours of like grizzly and Kodiak and tigers. Just them, and that's all I was listening to the whole time in the lobby. I'm walking around. I'm just listening to tigers growling. That's it. So I don't know. I like my approach to things. It makes life a little more interesting.
I saw Chris in the front lobby of the hotel, like in the door area. And when he took his headphones off, because I was telling him I want to take a picture, he took his headphone off, and I thought I heard the fucking Barbie girl song. So I don't know what he's talking about with the tigers and the lions and the bears. I mean,
that's my ringtone, you asshole. That's my ringtone.
I've always said I wanted a fighter to walk out to that. I've tried to get guys on regional shows and amateur shows to say, look, man, just go out there, because it'll just it'll create such a funny moment in the crowd. Walk out there.
I always thought the funniest walkout song ever would be "It's Raining Men."
Oh my God, that would be fun.
I actually played. I would come out now.
No fighter. We had a Chippendale show. They got their shirts off. I'm confused.
That would be mental fortitude. If you could come out to It's Raining Men and then a dominant performance.
Yeah, that would be holy shit.
You're a fucked up individual.
That'd be horrible.
No, they would never fight. You'd ruin your career.
It's Raining Men, Barbie Girl. Raining Men, Barbie Girl, or that RuPaul song, Supermodel Work.
Oh, God. Hey, well, yeah.
One thing I did do. No.
I guarantee you one thing. If my opponent come out to that song, he would die that day.
He would die.
He would not.
I would. Oh, yeah.
He would not beat my ass. Not for my
No,
mom.
he would be beaten into glitter dust. Yeah. Just pound into fucking
like
powder.
What would you do? Listen, you got to rip out somebody's fucking weird song choice, but what if some songs?
Well, no, if they come out, that's not a weird song choice. That's like them spitting in your face before they fight. They're doing that on purpose. That's like when that dude came out in the UFC in butt thongs, and Dana said you could never do that again. Come on, man.
Yeah, I remember that.
He should have never fought again. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. What was that guy's name? Yeah, I remember. He had that pink.
It was Dennis Holmes.
But no, yeah. My coach actually made me, because I used to get into this thing where I'd always play like hard music or music that got me amped when I'd be training doing the heavy bag, speed bag. And he said it's not a good thing to do, because fight night you can't have your favorite song playing. You got to be able to do it, when the camera's not rolling, or what, besides every time you set your camera up, that's when you hit the hardest. So to train that, so I had me one day. I put on Barbie Girl, that Aqua whatever song, and had to hit the heavy bag like a maniac to Barbie Girl. I'm telling you, that is one of the hardest things next to taking the glove off with one hand that I know of, like in the world, is to beat a heavy bag as hard. I mean, vicious combos while playing Barbie Girl. That's mental. That's mental training right there. But
You need to make it on the ramp to a fight and just fucking.
No, my dad would disown me.
Huh?
My father would disown me.
You know, speaking of after the fights were over, did you guys come out to the parking lot where Dylan Kleckler and his party were hanging out? And
yeah.
So I don't know if you guys met him. He's Dylan's coach, corner, basically a father and a mentor. All over Pensacola, Stack. And I've known that guy forever. And I don't know if Dylan's watching tonight. If you guys that don't know, Dylan was going to join us tonight. But yeah, they get back to Pensacola and Stack passed in his sleep like the next night. You know,
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he was truly a father figure and you know, a coach and a mentor.
Yeah, my heart goes out to Dylan, by the way, man. You know, Big Sammy's knows Dylan really well. Yeah. I've ran into him over the years. You know, Sammy Collins was the one that named me, so I know them very well from being down in Florida. That was crazy. Man. That was one of the best nights of my life, and he's one of the nicest guys. So hard out to everybody that man was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry for you guys.
He had that fire apple pie moonshine out there after the fight, and that was a Dylan Kleckler post-fight tradition party after every fight.
Amazing
party. And like I said, you know, Stack became more than a coach to him. It was truly a father figure, and you know, he's family. And somebody I've watched with Dylan at Island Fights where I've announced Dylan, but he's just on the scene. And so our hearts go out to Stack and Dylan Kleckler and his family because they didn't just lose a coach; they lost a member of their family. And I don't know if Dylan's watching right now, but Dylan, we love you, bro. And you know, Stack's looking down now, so now you got to go get that next win. Another bare knuckle win, and you know, do it because he. It's funny because Dean Toole, my boss at Island Fights, and he does some stuff with David Feldman at Bare Knuckle. He put a post about. He was talking about training him, how he was working on some stuff, training Dylan to do certain things, and Dylan went out there and executed like he was supposed to. So this was Dylan's debut in Bare Knuckle. He went out there and did the job. So I'm glad that Stack did get to see that. And I wasn't trying to change into a unenergetic show, but I had to remember to say that. But that parking lot party, dude. I tell you, man, my favorite times of fight week are always after the fight at the Fighter Hotel. Not going out to a club, not going out to a bar. And for this instance, there wasn't really a lot of after parties available to us. But even if there were, the most fun, the coolest experiences, and this is at any event from UFC events. Everybody's let's go to this big after party. I'm going to the hotel because that's where everybody ends up anyway. And the party becomes so cool. You two could have just fought and beat the shit out of each other, and then you're sitting there drinking White Claws and beers together, passing the peace pipe and just fucking chilling and relaxing, and just you're not mad, even if you were a little mad before the fight, you're not mad after you got it out, you did what you had to do. Now it's cool. We're just chilling, and this is what fighters do. The camaraderie amongst you guys, like you said, you're with your buddy there that you fought him. You're with the buddy you lived on his couch after you beat him up. I mean, these are real stories. This isn't just unique to you guys. This happens all the time. And I find it to be one of the things I love most about MMA, bare knuckle fighting, all of it, because there's a certain camaraderie. You don't get this the same with regular boxers. I mean, you don't get this, with guys that teach each other how to play basketball or baseball. Football, I've heard a couple of stories where guys, ended up moving into a teammate's house because they had a bad situation at home, and then boom, 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 like in that movie that they filmed up at Ole Miss. What the hell was that movie? The Blind Side.
Blind Side, yeah.
It's all about that kid in the movie, the true story. But in that sport, in this sport, we hear this all the time. Fighters sleep on another fighter's couch, man. They stay there for 6 months, 8 months. They learn and they train, and you guys both have some of that experience, man. Now, I know your favorite part of the fight game was going there and beating the shit out of somebody, so I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat that with anything else. But after that, what's the thing that keeps you happy about the sport other than the fight part? Because there's so much more. People don't understand the depth of a fighter's life. So they see you fight night. Oh shit, cool! And they think everything's glory and roses, and those that know better. So, Chris, so what's the other thing about this fight life that keeps you motivated besides just beating people
I'll
up?
be back in 30 seconds, fellas.
All right, go. Pete.
Yeah, no, dude, this has changed my life though in amazing ways. It's made me such a better person. It's given me a solid like morale. It's taught me principles and values that no other walk of life. I couldn't. Everything else I tried, I just wasn't. I couldn't. Not that I wasn't good at. It just didn't motivate me enough to get up every day and do. We're fighting. Fighting, it gives me a reason to get up every morning. I have to do these interviews. I have to be sharp, be with it. I have to live a good life. Where I come from is a small town, and so every time I go out, I'm either taking pictures or I'm talking to people. So I have to be cordial. I have to. So when you talk to a number of people, after a certain amount, you learn how to compose yourself better, like a professional. And then I have to deal with the fighters when I go to these events and see how I deal with a room full of guys that a lot of them I could be potentially fighting down the road. And so you grow in all these ways that, that's probably I love the fight. The fight's everything. Excuse me. But the growth, the amount of growth I've had, especially since the amateurs, but since I've turned professional is the amount of things that I've learned as a person and the amount of the changes in the way I value life, the way I value other people and relationships, my appreciation for the small things and stuff, just appreciating getting to come back here and have quiet time with friends and family because I've lost so many friends and family that I appreciate life and the amount of people that can't be here or the amount of people that, through whatever reason can't appreciate the kind of life that me and Joe have and Chris, you getting to be a part of it and all that. That's the big part to me. I love the fight. The fight's everything. I was born to be a fighter. But the core values and the morals and what it's done to me as a man and a father and a son and a brother, that's what I love, man. And it's exciting. It's going to just keep growing. I'm going to smash everyone in this division. I'm going to be a professional about it and do it in a beautiful manner,
I love you.
I
love you, man. I like the way you keep it real and just say it like it is. What about you, Joe? What's the thing that keeps you going besides fight night? Because again, there's more to it, and this isn't just something you could part-time.
I got a story to tell, one day, but not now. Fighting to me is life, dude. I come from a place where all the factories shut down and they took away Queb Course and people are just fucked up and don't have jobs and they get battle drugs and they do things. So I wanted to leave my town whenever I took my duffel bag and said I was going to be a UFC fighter. I went to state all 4 years. I've got a 3-second pin. I hold a state record for my hometown at Dyersburg. Nobody was like that. So fighting for me was when I wrestled, the best thing I ever had whenever times were rough were my brotherhood, that wrestling mentality. I could sleep at his house. He would do this for me. We would feed each other. And whenever I left to become a UFC fighter, because that's what it was just really a mixed martial artist pro, was the family, man. Like Jacob Lamar. I fought Jacob Lamar. Me and Devin Adams, one of the matchmakers for Island Fights.
Love Devin Adams.
Okay, so I've got a story about him. Me and him, man, we were supposed to fight for Fat Lip. I was supposed to be the main event. It was my last fight before I fought Sunny South to turn pro. I was actually leaving. They had motorcycles riding through. I had rappers rapping me when I was coming out. This guy left and he refused to fight me. He got scared at weigh-ins and left. Devin Adams guy didn't show up or didn't make weight or something happened. Me and Devin were training partners at Salua MMA at Crestview together at the time. I was training there while I was traveling all over the country training. And me and him and his mom, we went to this bar and this grill together to sit down, and we were damn near crying. Me and Devin, man, this is my last fight. I'm not going to get to fight. And he's like, me neither, dude. Where are we going to find 255-pound guys to fight each other? And we looked at each other, man, and our mom's like, y'all aren't going to do what I think you're going to do. I'm like, yeah, we are. Our mom was sitting at the VIP table. We beat the shit out of each other. We were literally teammates training every day together for the fight. I mean, I need him in his face 30 times. We're best friends and brothers now. And you can't find that anywhere else, man. And it's like,
that's cool.
I get to get out any negative energy feeling I have. I get to train and I get to change other people's lives and teach them. I teach self-defense. I teach kickboxing and martial arts and fitness at my gym. This is just the brotherhood, the mentality. And the fighting is my favorite because I'm a fighter, and it's born. I was supposed to be born with the Spartans, and I'm born today, unfortunately, and I don't do computers. So it's fun to get to fight, and that's what I was born for. But it really, the love comes from the fan. Even my energy, man, it's because I love the fans watching it. I like entertaining. Working somebody goofy and crazy and silly as me control the energy of every human being in one room at one time, other than doing this and with all these other people. And when you have family like this, man, like if it weren't for me and him, our energy gets higher. I lifted the energy, he lifted it. By the time the main event got there, people couldn't even stay in the building because they were so hot and sweaty. Like, you can't get that anywhere else except for in war. But everybody lives here, and everybody's friends here after.
All right, you ready? Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Knocked him out. At least, hey, we fucked each other up. I couldn't walk for like a month, dude. I think he like broke my leg, and we literally left the cage like taped together, hobbling. We didn't leave each other's shoulder till we got to the after party at Inside Grill. We drank together all night. Like, it's my brother.
You know, it's funny. I have a Devin Adams story. We were up in Columbus, Georgia, doing an Island Fight show last year. I believe it was last year, and we go out, after the weigh-ins, and we're all hanging out. We go to a local, drinking hole, blah, blah, blah. We're all just hanging out, mind their own business. And, these guys in the bar, I guess they didn't like us because the women were coming toward us. All the girls were coming to our crew. We had, everybody with us. And these guys came over and started some shit and everything. Also, a brawl broke out. And Devin, Devin almost took out everybody, without punching anybody. He just fucking muscled him. He just moved the crowd. We had a scuffle at our way in that day. Devin just came up and moved the crowd. And it was
me and Devin fought at 55, by the way.
I know that you guys fought at 55, which blows my mind. But Devin's a big dude now. But he moves so swiftly, even as big as he is now. He's a heavyweight, legit. But he moves like a fucking gazelle, dude, and fucking things just fucking get out of the way. And I was like, I've never seen Devin get angry like that. I've seen some fight video, but it just, I know Devin, he's got his military career, and, he's a cool dude. He's a good dad. And I know he's a tough guy. I know, with the fights and everything, but I never thought I would see Devin get like that. And Devin just said he goes up 278 today, so he's legit heavyweight. Technically, that's super heavyweight, right? So, but and I'm not saying this because he's watching. He just fucking shh. And all of a sudden, everybody's done, and their fight's over. And Devin is good people, and if you guys scrapped, I wish I would. This was an amateur fight, I'm guessing, because it's not on your pro record.
Well, okay, so we didn't have any rules in amateur. We was knees, elbows. Look. It was unsanctioned in Montgomery, Alabama. I didn't even wrap my hands. No, they had good medicals. It was actually one of the best promotions I've ever fought for, even in Amy. And the lady took care of me. She paid me to stay at her house and got me sponsors. And I didn't get paid to fight. What's going on there? But I got sponsored to live while I was doing it, and it was just no rules. But in Montgomery, Alabama, dude, I showed up, and me and our opponents would show each other, hey, I bought these UFC gloves at Walmart, and I fought in UFC gloves I bought from Walmart, and as long as your opponent approved it, it was fucking fine. We brought our own gloves to the promotion, and dude, this scar.
That's awesome.
This scar, I fought a guy named Tim. Rest in peace. He's dead now as well.
I thought you were going
to. And that happened in an amateur fight for a 170 title. He split my face open. Sammy Collingwood was the referee. They literally in the round, Sammy comes up to me and he goes, "Man, it's bleeding down your face. You can see my skull." So Rob stuffed cotton balls in my eyeball. He stuffed 2 cotton balls in there and then put fucking Vaseline in it. It's we're good to go. And Sammy's like, all right, it's an amateur fight, but go ahead. And I went out there and won the fight. Bro. That's total I was winning 10-8, and he split me open. I'm like, I'm not quitting.
That's so awesome, man.
Awesome.
And that's the thing. There's these crazy stories and the camaraderie. Like you said, you and Devin were training partners, friends. You went out there and beat the shit out of each other. Your mom knew about it. There's so much fun with this, and this is why I love it. But there's the other side. You mentioned a guy who just fought that passed away. Post fight, I did an interview with Chris, and he's got a friend of his. I guess more brother from another mother, legitimate, Jacob, and he's going to get there. It is right there. So Jacob Sinclair. Turn back around, Chris. And I'll tell you when. Now move to your move forward a little bit, like toward the wall, the other way. Stop right there. In memory of Jacob Sinclair. Now, after his fight, I did the post-fight interview with him, and I have the broadcast. I'm trying to get somebody to clean it up because at this point I don't even need to air it. Although I probably will if I get a clean copy. I don't want to put out there if it's not right because of streaming issues. But we did his interview. He's all excited about the fight. And he's so much energy, man. But the other side of it, this is his boy, his best friend, and Jacob's dad was there in your corner. Jacob isn't with us anymore, and then there was a moment I took a picture, I put it up on Facebook, one of of Chris in the corner kneeling, and what you guys can't see in the picture while he's kneeling there, and I hope you don't mind me telling this, but
No.
he was crying like a little baby, because everything was finally able to come out of him. He was able to, truly care about his friend that wasn't there. Both fathers were there. Your father and Jake's father were there. These are the moments that I sometimes get. Yeah, I'm going to tear up too, dude, because this has just been crazy. I two people. My sister-in-law died the day before the fights. This was so many, and then we have Stack that just passed away. There's so much going on, but Chris sat there and cried. Even during the interview before we finished, he started crying, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man." I'm like, "Don't be apologetic, dude. Fucking, this is you, man. This is what these are the moments that people love about fighters. Could we fall in love with these guys? Could we understand their sacrifices? And seeing that moment, it always, I've gone back and looked at the picture a couple of times, just stared at the picture because I could look at that picture and I could hear your whimpering and your tears. And then I know Jacob's dad came over to you and, put his hand on your shoulder. And I've never met Jacob, I never met his dad and everything. But at that moment,
Jake Sinclair. Yeah.
Jacob Sinclair's presence in that room when his father walked in. I'm not even making this shit up. I don't believe in ghosts and all that shit, but there's once in a while something happened. I just feel something. And I felt like at that moment when his father came over and put his hand on your shoulder in that picture I put up, that he came into the room with us, even if it was just for a split second to just kind of go.
Oh, he was there. He was there. I could feel it. I'm not even like that, and I could feel it. And it was
a weird feeling, but I felt like like there was somebody else there with us, not physically, but spiritually. And I don't have moments like that. If my wife, even if I told my wife this story, she'd be like, she'd freak out because she believes in ghosts and all the spirit life. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I just don't.
What's crazy about this? That was Marshall's birthday. Marshall's Collingwood. Sammy Collingwood had on a shirt said, "Rest in peace, Marshall." His brother died this year, and it was his birthday that night. And that's why Sammy drove all the way from there. And I was upset I didn't get to give a post-fight interview. Rest in peace. Happy birthday, Marshall. We love you, bro, because we didn't get to say that night. For Sammy and his mom, I love you, Miss Collingwood. I promised I would do that. So we have a lot more in common. I fought for that. That's why Will got his ass busted up, because I wasn't finna lose for Sammy's brother, man. I carry that energy in my heart. It made me want to tear up when I heard about his, because I fight with that passion, and that's why I wasn't going to lose for that, man. And I always dedicate my fights to something like that. So bless you, bro, man. I was going through something like that because Sammy's my brother, and I wasn't going to lose that fight for his brother. Love you, Sammy. Shout out. Marshall,
absolutely.
Sorry,
absolutely. No,
got to watch it up above.
Respect, man. No, Jake was not just my best friend, man. A brother. A month before he passed, he came up to my father's and he gave me a necklace that said, "In the dark, when the demons come, call on me, brother, and we'll fight them together." Me and Jake was he was a main state champ wrestler. He went undefeated all through high school, all the way to the state champs. He's an absolute beautiful human being. When I was at my lowest and I was going through some serious stuff with my relationship with my son's mother and everything, he built me a house. Just built me a fucking house to help me out, to try to get everything to go back to normal. He's the most selfless person I knew. He was so gifted. The strongest kid I knew. He would pin dudes and just hold them down at will. And so I made a promise to his father. His father lost both of his sons at the age of 32 for things that could have been avoided and just unfortunate situations, man. He should be here today. His son, he's got a beautiful baby boy, man, that lost his father. And, it's the least I can do is have Randy in my corner. Randy's not my coach. Randy's his father. Randy lost both of his boys for no reason, and Randy's a good man. And so these are the only moments, and Chris, you got to be there for it, where I see Randy almost every day. And these are the only moments where Randy will have tears in his eyes of joy, and we both look at each other and say, he's here right now. We can feel it, because where else would he be? You know, Jake always talked about my professional career and how we would go about it and the kind of guys I would fight and all. We would get excited and daydream about it. So my whole entire career is dedicated to him.
Yeah. And that was such a moment of feeling and truth. You know, there was like, it was really a moment of, you know, for me, there was like clarity.
Very raw.
Yeah, raw emotion, but there was a moment of clarity that came in my head, you know, because like I said, I was going through some stuff that, you know, the day after the fight, you know, one of my best friends, Tom, his father passed away. My sister-in-law, I got all this news on Thursday. So the day of the weigh-ins, I get all this news that, you know, two people, you know, that, you know, I have feelings about and they died. And then, you know, going through that, and then, you know, Sammy's brother. And then, you know, we got Stack. Crazy, you know, so many people. But at the end of the day, our community always rallies around each other.
And we make people live forever. That's another special thing, man. These people get to live through ever. And their memories are going to die, where we get an opportunity to do that. So it's selfless. We get to fight for something besides ourselves. I was never fight for myself. It's easier to fight to protect others I love. I never cared about myself as much as I did about the ones I love. And when I got somebody to protect,
you nailed it, dude.
That's when I did the best. You know what I'm saying? So I go out there and I get to kill people because I'm fighting for the ones I love. So it's not violence, it's protection.
Yeah,
absolutely, dude.
I want to shout out Atherton. He put the medals on your guys' necks when you won they called them the Knuckleheads. He was there representing the Federation. He's good people. He's a fun guy. We went to dinner with him. He drank this giant.
What's up, Howie? Thank you, brother.
He drank this big old giant drink. It was like as wide as this plate, and it was the biggest thing I ever think. It was full of like Hennessy and all kinds of other rums. And he's drinking this on like fight weigh-in night. I'm sitting there watching him at the Japanese restaurant. He's just like, and it's gone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Howie goes hard.
I don't drink, so you know, I don't know, you know, but man, I've had cocktails in the past, but that was like I could have put like, I don't know, I could have put my grandson in there and watched him swim in that motherfucking thing.
Howie goes hard. That's good.
Howie goes hard. That's a hashtag, bro.
Howie goes hard.
This from his uncle, you know, he goes, these amazing people are real people. I love to see that. He said, you're all great, and they love the emotion. His cousin, strong man cry, real man cry. I love you all. Going back to our conversation with Devin, Devin goes, it was definitely a different time, and it definitely was, man.
Hey, but you're still a sexy grizzly bear, bro.
He is. He's a sexy grizzly bear. Jamie Harrison says, Chris, you're putting people from my neck of the woods on your show. Damn. And
what did he say? Chris, you're putting people from my neck of the woods on your show. Damn.
Giannis.
Hey, man, I put people on my show from everywhere. I don't care where they're from. I've had guys on my show from Russia and China and you know, live from there, which is kind of cool. That's a cool thing. You know,
it is cool.
Sit in my house, smoke some chronic, you know, and talk to people about fights. And this is, you know, I'm a ring announcer, you know, and I've done, you know, live TV and all this stuff, but these are my favorite moments. You know, I just get to hang out and shoot, you know, like I said, you know, before the fight, a little conversation, but after the fight. And this is just a continuation of that.
No, it's good. I didn't get to talk to you in the lobby. I went up to my room and half passed out and half, you know, was overwhelmed. And then I came back down like, oh shit, Chris.
And then I had to go.
Then you were gone
because I had to drive out at like 3:45 in the morning. Home because I had to get on a plane, you know, all that stuff, and I had to return a rental car. I drove back. Jeff Houston, the ring announcer, a good friend of mine. We drove back together, and that was just a fun ride. And you know,
that's cool.
He did that for me. You know, we were talking about. He did that because he knew I was still kind of up here about some stuff, and he didn't want to have me drive alone. And you know, he didn't want me, you know, lost in my own thoughts. And that really, you know, these are the things, even like ring announcers, we have that camaraderie with, well, some of us do. Some of us don't like each other. I mean, fucking fuck that guy. Why has he got that job? We all have that thought.
Nah, just
They
good
bring
people.
me good luck. The ring announcer and the not Chris Lotto, but the other commentator. They actually
Sean.
commentated my fight when I knocked out. Yes, they were both the ring announcer and commentator for my fight, I believe, when I knocked out Jared Burke in Bellator. So it was another. I feel like they're my good luck charms, man. They need to be at all my fights. I'm getting a little jealous of you, Christopher James.
Say again?
I said I'm getting a little jealous. That's that CBD, man.
Well,
My
mine ain't CBD. I got a script for the fucking real deal, baby.
well, I'm in Georgia, so there's none of that here.
Yeah. No, I need it. My hands, dude. I've broken these babies so many times, but yeah, I need CBD. Really helps.
I've put so much of the Heritage CBD. Oh, by the way, thank you, Heritage.
You didn't break.
They're amazing.
Though, did you?
I've been using their stuff too. They're not my sponsor, Heritage is, but I've been using both of them. I love that stuff, man. God, if it wasn't for that, I'd be in trouble.
You didn't break your hand.
I give it to my grandfather. He's so against all the other stuff, and I finally was like, "You're not gonna get high. Let me put it on your shoulder. I promise it's THC free." And now he's like, "JoJo, give me some more of that stuff, man." He loves it.
Yep, that's for real. That's for real.
Did either of you guys have any hand damage from this fight?
Have any what?
Hand damage.
Actually, my last fight here in Georgia. I was kind of worried about this because I just got pins taken out of my hand. I fought for the lightweight title against John Cobb, and I got a knockout, and I broke my hand. So when I threw that power right, it was really just such a blessing because my arm even sore, man. So it held up. Dr. Traub, you are amazing, man. My rehab doctor down here from Emory put me together, and I think my hand might be stronger than it was before. So, but it's good now, man. It both held up, and I couldn't hit them no harder, so I ain't worried about it now.
Yeah, what about you?
Oh, yeah, I'm good to go. Oh, yeah, they're good to go. Yeah, we're ready. I can't wait.
Because, I mean, it is a little sore. I'm not going to lie. But
yeah, they were.
Being sore is expected. I mean, you just punched the guy in the fucking dome. Your hand should hurt a little bit. But as long as it don't break,
Yeah, no, they're good, man. It was a great thing, dude. It was great, dude.
Dude, that punch you hit Will with, I was backstage and I came off my feet. I was like, oh fuck! Well, he took it. He's bent over
that was the loudest punch I've ever thrown. I think it fractured his orbital. That's what I think it was. When I think I hit him and my knuckle cracked, I think it fractured his orbital. Yeah, it was.
You're hit all of him.
Right here.
Boom.
Actually, somebody hit me up. It's cool. I think I'm going down as not the hardest, but as the loudest punch in the history of BKFC so far. So I was like, hell yeah, that'd be great for that.
Yeah.
Bobby wants
for a lightweight.
Robert.
That's awesome.
Because my division's 165, by the way. That's where I'm going to try to settle. It's an open division. I don't want to cut to 55 and try to take anybody's title. I want to establish myself as the most dominant 165 in BKFC by far.
Well, there you go. Robert Kirk, I guess that's your uncle. He said Bobby says he wants to know who has bigger hands. You or Chris?
Oh, Chris. Chris is like 100-pound version bigger of me. I'm pretty sure if you just trimmed off evenly around the outside, it would wind up being me eventually.
Right. So our boy Devin Adams wants to ask each of you, and we'll start with Chris first. What have you guys changed in your training to prepare specifically for bare knuckle?
You really got to focus on, not having 50 different kinds of strikes. You really have to train your body to throw, a handful of strikes from a handful of angles and condition for that, for me personally, because that's where you get, guys going out there throwing these wild ass punches and they're breaking their fingers and knuckles and all these weird spots. I train specifically to be technical in certain areas. Mostly so my body's familiar. When I punched him in the head, I punched him in the side of his dome. That's normally where you just demolish your hands. And besides some bruising, he just got punched in the fucking head. It didn't break anything in my hand because I train it literally every day. I'm conditioning my knuckles. So hand conditioning, being conscious of wrapping your hands well in training, but, also taking time to train with no wraps at all. And So all your ligaments are used to the compression and all that stuff. Really being smart about it. This isn't the sport's new again, but this isn't time to be a caveman about things because it is bone on bone.
Now,
So.
with this particular fight in Mississippi, and then I'll get to you in 1 second, Joe. They actually wrapped you guys up a little further up on your arm this time. So kind of up to the wrist. What do you think of that, Chris? Do you like that wrap better?
Thank you. Yeah, no, I like it. I preferably, no, it was good. It's supposed to be 2 knuckles down, 2 fingers down from the knuckles, give or take. There's no, and I like all the guys that they can use, because there's a big difference, having nothing at all. I'm down. I would fight with nothing at all, but it does make a difference having your wrist secured, having it solid.
The space in your hand fractures the small bones without that space, so allowing us to
Right.
load when I can't get the right side of my hand. But when you load in the middle, like when you grab a thing of coins and that space in between there, just that little bit of wrap right below the edge of the thumb, that
Makes a difference.
So that 1 finger space, it's wrapping and securing those small little metacarpals. How the hell can we have careers if we can't protect our metacarpals? Honestly, it would shatter our hands, because when I hit somebody with 1,100 pounds per square inch in their forehead's going to beat a metacarpal. That's what happened to me. I hit dude so hard in his head with my knuckle that it actually pushed the knuckle through the metacarpal, and it split my long bone down the middle going through my metacarpal. So it didn't break my bone in half. It split it down the middle from the pressure.
Like a wedge.
Yes, like a wedge.
Yeah.
Exactly like when you're cutting wood, you got to stick a wedge through the wood. Bam! It just went right through me. So being able to wrap them up and protect that wrist and that small part of the hand allows us to throw a little bit more power. You still got to be careful, because if you'll notice, I went back and watched some heavyweight fighters. Dude eventually was just smacking dude in like BKF6 or something. He couldn't even hit him no more by the end of the fight. So, I mean, it's a lot of strategy, and go back to what you had said earlier with us not doing it, but it does allow us to throw more power, because I felt really secure throwing my power with the way they let us wrap our hands this time.
Yeah. I think the sport's evolving, and I think there'll be a couple other probably things along the way that will give you that stability here. So, your wrist doesn't fucking pop, and you're protecting the small
We're
bones.
not hitting them with that part anyway. They don't ever feel the damn. They don't ever feel those wraps. My knuckles is
But Joe, they might allow you to do that spinning back fist one day. Then they're gonna feel that shit, dog.
But then it's gonna save their ass, because then they don't get the back of my fucking knuckle. They get the back of some padding that saved their ass is what they're gonna get. They're gonna get that bitch pad. Call it the maxi back fist. They get a little maxi pad on the back of it. Pow.
I said I would like to see bare knuckle MMA. You guys would both do that, wouldn't you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I was upset and brokenhearted when they took away headbutts and kicks on the ground. I feel like if you fucking lay on your ass, you should be able to stomp somebody's face or quit the fight. So, I mean, I'm a fighter, dude. I like fighting. That's why I was so excited about this, dude, because I'm a UFC 1 fan. Like, I remember seeing Gracie go out there and snap chemo and like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do, dude. You headbutt him, kick him in the dick. That's a fight. That's how we did it on the playground. We turned pro, and you can't even do playground rules. Are you kidding me?
They should host an event. They should host an invitational event once a year where just anything goes. Like just
I'm gonna start a fight company. I'm gonna call it the Purge MMA. Just
by the way,
once a year we're gonna purge non-fighters. We're gonna
Howie Atherton comedy said Joe was the wildest one at the after party.
Yeah. We should be able to grab guys from the back of the head.
Party. I'm usually the wildest one before the after party. I was glad Soros was there to fucking share some energy with me. I'm like, at least I'm motherfucker I having fun 24/7.
What were you saying about the head?
Huh?
Oh, I was saying when the whole the purge we were talking about, I was saying we should be able to grab dudes from the back of the head and just boom. But no, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
We should have. This is why I'm not a promoter.
You don't want us to set the rules, apparently.
No.
I want you guys to set the rules.
Yeah. Oh yeah, biting would be allowed, and ball smashing, and dick kicking, and head butting, and all that good stuff.
No biting. That's no biting. But knee shots, nut shots, bring it, dude. Fucking bend the finger to break him, bend the toe to. I'm all in for that.
Look, in Korea, they used to train for dick kicks. They sit around the gym like 10 days. You had to get kicked like 20 times in the balls just to get the black belt. Now I'm not down to beat the guy that thinks that's a good idea, though.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Yeah, the guy who thought that up.
I've been kicked in the dick 3 times in a fight within 10 seconds of coming back from that break. I've knocked the guy out. So that's I definitely think that should be legal.
Yeah, try to touch my dick. I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah. Now you thought I was mad before you touched my dick. Now you're in trouble.
I'm gonna break something off you.
For sure. My wife is gonna beat you up in the park as well. We're all gonna fight.
Chris Sarro and whoever's fighting him walking into the middle, and the referee's giving the rules, and Sarro just looks you in the face, goes, "Try to touch my dick, motherfucker."
Boom!
Hey,
you guys are killing me. How late do y'all stay up? This is past my bedtime.
Me too. Usually I'm in bed at 9:30, man. I'm up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I'm up early. Yeah.
We'll wrap up in like 3 minutes. Jason Weeks wants to know: is Chris Sarro drinking boxed wine?
Oh hell no! I'm drinking $40 Pinot Grigio, my friend.
Not the box. And there's nothing wrong with box wine, man.
Hey,
there's nothing wrong with box wine.
Awesome, dude. Anybody that's ever in Atlanta, he owns Stop Pain Clinic. Any fighter in the world, dude, stop in, see Dr. Jason Weeks. That man always heals me up. He's never charged me for chiropractic. Every fighter in the state of Georgia goes to him for free. He loves us. He takes care of us. He's a huge fan. Dr. Jason Weeks.
Where's he at?
He's in Atlanta, Georgia. It's called Cobb Pain Clinic, dude. Go see him, Christopher James. If you're ever in Atlanta, man, he's a man, dude. He got me a free game ready fight. When I broke my hand, that man called his buddy and used the favor to get me a game ready machine to keep in my house.
I'm gonna have to work out a deal or something here. Fucking, I'm gonna have to come up to Atlanta like once every couple of weeks and just hang out for a few days. Dr. Weeks can hook me up.
Dr. Weeks, the man.
Hell, I want to come to Atlanta. I want to come to Atlanta.
Dude,
show me what's up there.
Train and chill, man. It's amazing.
I'd love to, man, for sure. Absolutely.
If you
guys are welcome up, you guys
will be so welcome to come to X3, bro. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
You guys go to train together ever? Whether you go up there or you come down here?
Oh, I'd love to train it. I'd love to train it, Joe.
I'm coming to film the whole fucking thing.
What's gonna happen, bro? I'm gonna look up all these guys because we're brothers now, and we got to find. We need to all study our style together. We're creating a new
absolutely. We're never gonna have to fight, so we're not. We shouldn't. So we should definitely work together. It makes sense. I'm serious. I've never been on another card with someone that I relate to that closely. As an athlete, per se. And so we're definitely going to have to do a Macho Man fucking amp contest. See who can get them.
Who really wants it? Who has
let me tell you one thing.
Oh, yeah, brother. Let me tell you.
You know what, Miss Elizabeth?
All right. Dr. Weeks, he says, come see me, fellas. And he's got a message for you, Chris. He said, be careful, Chris. Joe ain't right.
I ain't right. Neither of us are right. We're in the right sport.
Jason Weeks ain't right.
Yeah.
He knows that. He's not. He ain't right.
Because Chris, they're all country folk up there, and one of Joe's uncles or cousins or brothers, I don't know who the fuck these people are anymore.
There's 100 of them, man.
Joe, he says, Joe, take Sarro to the woods for some sparring.
It sounds kinky, but
I train like Rocky. No, bro, listen, we'd be out. Look, so I had a secret training camp. Whenever this COVID hit, what he's talking about is I took mats. And for my bachelor party, what I made all my friends do was go jump out of a fucking airplane and go hike through the Appalachian Trail. I killed a rattlesnake and I made my friends eat it. And I got a keychain made out of the rattlesnake snake tail. I carried it to my wife's first grade class every year to show them where I killed the rattlesnake, ate it, and made a keychain. And,
my party was at a restaurant, and then we went to watch a UFC event here in Tampa, and then fucking all my fucking friends went pussy out and drank and left.
Dude. Well, I live this extreme 24 hours a day. I can't. Life's an experience. I like to create them all.
Exactly. I was driving in Zach Colemas, the Shark from Boston, Lynn, Massachusetts. he drives fucking 7 hours up north to Franklin, Maine, to my father's carpet warehouse, and we threw down. I mean, fucking threw down. I mean, he's sparring. He's national level Golden Glove champ, now professional boxer. He's dangerous. He came all the way up from Boston during the fucking, snow still on the ground, and we got good footage of it and all that. Some pictures on my Instagram of us sparring, rolls of carpet all around, tools on the floor, and we're just going right there. Both coaches there, and we're getting coached. Yeah, man, I went all Rocky 5 on this one. I wasn't doing lunges with the fucking tree in the snow, but I thought about it. I
literally was on this mountain when I was at that little spot. It was the same spot I killed the rattlesnake. Whenever they banned all the parks here in Georgia, you couldn't go to the park. They shut down this. I got to buy a hunting license, of course, and I go to a national hunting ground up on the top of the mountain, and it's a closed off gate that we can get into. And I took mats up there and 5 or 6 training partners, and for 3 days we camped out in nothing but hammocks and tents. We laid the mats out with tarps on the ground, and we fought and we trained while camping.
I like that.
No cell phone service, no nothing. Right. And I got pictures because people are like, "What are you doing? How are you training to fight? You can't even go to your gym." I'm like, "Well, I'll take the gym to us. We're out in the middle of nowhere with no reception. All y'all can't nobody call nobody. We're just beating the shit out of each other, camping, living off the land."
That's the way to do it, man.
I love that, dude. I love that. You got to keep that going. You don't just stop now that things are going back to normal.
Oh, no, I still got my mats. I'll show you the pictures of my training camp. I'm going to post a bunch of this stuff. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, do it.
I'm racing my dogs out in the middle of the field. I've got my mats set up, and I'm racing my dogs out running.
That's funny.
Joe, that's
funny.
That's business, man. You should really, like you said, that's a business. You know what you got to do is you got to recruit Chris to come down there and do with you. You guys just go full mental on these fucking people out in the woods and really put them through the ringer.
That's a TV show. That's a TV show right there.
A reality show.
You know how many people we would break? You know all the amount of kids we would break, millennials, that we'd get out there crying, and we'd make them fight each other. We'd break the pool stick in half and throw them the two ends.
I only have one prayer tonight when I go to bed, and if somebody sees this and makes a show where we can please have some millennials to do this with.
We need co-hosts.
We're going to make this show. We're going to talk maybe tomorrow after this, because I know you guys both said it's way past your bedtime, and apparently Chris has got a bottle. Chris has got a box of wine to drink, according to Jason. And Joe's got some Bud Light Seltzer Black Cherry to drink. I can't really make fun of either one of them, for drinking foofiness, because I'm drinking Mountain Dew because I don't drink at all. So
go fuck.
And you can't even see because there's a damn fucking green screen behind me. And it's like, woo, like if I take
You're good.
I have a green rag.
Hey, could you imagine if either one of us were an energy drinker? We'd be in trouble, bro. I couldn't. Jesus.
We'd be fucked. I do the Monster water. It's water. There's nothing.
Couldn't handle it. I love that.
No, I'd have veins on top of my veins, and I'd be scaring the shit out of little kids all the time. It'd be a mess. But that is a hell of a TV show idea.
Hey, Chris, I personally haven't looked in a mirror in a long time, bro.
Dude, fuck the mirror. Look at me. I got eyebrows the size of caterpillars and a big scary beard, and I hate the mirror, dude.
Christopher James, you're a scary man too, baby. Look at you.
Well, listen, gentlemen, let's go ahead and let you guys get out of here. I want to say that I am so fucking happy that we did what we did tonight, the way we did this, man. Everybody that's watching, which is pretty much just Joe's family, that's how them country folk roll.
What's up, Joe's family? What's up, Joe's cousin that likes seeing me with my shirt off?
Hey, I do want to say, I do want to get all my sponsors on here one last time.
Yeah, me too.
Before you drop sponsors, because I always want to do this first, and there's two things we have to do first. First, I didn't tell you guys, but since this is technically your first time on my show, there's something I make first time guests do when they come on the show. Put your shirt down for a minute there, Joe. Just put it down. There's something I always make first time guests on my show do, and sometimes I tell people beforehand, sometimes I don't, but I didn't tell you guys because I already knew the personality. I wouldn't have to worry about you guys being pussies and saying no. So, are you ready?
What?
The first time on the Christopher James Show, you have to sing.
Sing?
Yep, you have to sing something for us. I don't care what it is.
Jesus.
You gotta sing.
Rap or sing?
You can rap if you can rap, dude, but don't fucking come with some half-ass rap.
I
if you
actually,
can't
if
spit
y'all
fucking
notice,
lyrics.
I rap my own walkout song.
Well, bring it, son.
All right,
So-
I
I
gotta
want to
be
hear.
careful.
Chris,
I gotta
we're
be
gonna let
careful,
Joe
Chris.
go
I'll not
first.
yell.
Hang on.
You
We're
want
gonna
me
let
to
Joe go
sing?
first.
No, you go ahead and sing first.
Who, me?
Say, I don't know how to fucking sing. Are you kidding me? Do I look like a singer to you?
Come
You
on.
want some Blake Shelton? Come on, somebody, why don't you run? Old red stick and have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun. Now you'll never want me singing on your show again.
That's why we fight,
Ruin
bro.
it. Yeah, that's why we fight. I ain't no fucking singer.
Hey, you
All
don't
right,
have to be a
but
singer.
Joe, no rapping. Joe's got to sing because I just sang,
I'll sing my next walkout song for y'all.
All right.
Sing it.
You can try Jesus, but don't try me, cause I got hands. Yeah,
And I
throw
fight.
hands. Try Jesus, but don't try me.
Don't try me.
Cause I throw hands.
I like that song. That's a good one. I was watching that last night.
Uncle
Yeah,
Rob.
my wife sent it to me. We're coming out to it. All my buddies like, you got to do this. I'm like, all right, that's my next one. So y'all know now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
When I meet the man who is unnamed yet,
yeah, you gotta wear all teal. You gotta wear all teal.
Yeah. You're Barbie girl.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you for having me. I mean,
all
right. So let's go. Joe, go ahead and we'll have Joe jump out here. Joe, give us all your sponsors, and we'll have Chris. I want you to read yours also while you're showing them on the screen.
I'm going to go down to earth landscaping here in Georgia. I mentioned Dr. Weeks already, his pain clinic. Here's his number in case y'all want to call him while he's in Dyersburg. There's my t-shirt logo here. Innovative Aquatics. Also, boater safety and U.S. boating. They give out free. You can donate to them. They give out free life vests to children. We have a bunch of lakes here and a lot of drownings in Georgia, so they go out and they actually ride around on the boat and give people that don't have life jackets for their kids' boats. Y'all look them up online right there on that logo. Thank everybody, man. It's all my supporters, all my fans. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And then last but not least, legacy fight gear. All of us fighters, we got to leave our own legacy. They will take your shirts and they'll print your logo, create a logo, and sell them on their website and give you the profit. Check them out, Legacy.
All right. Well, that was Elmore. Now we're going to see Chris Sarro's sponsors promo. Take one.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, everyone who's a part of this team, they know damn well they play a major role in this journey and helping me be able to train professionally full time. I don't have to work a second job. This is my full time occupation. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, I mean, my whole community and all our sponsors, thank you very much. You play a role because I let all you know, and I try to go out of my way to thank you guys as much as possible. But let me go down the list.
Chris, hold on. Before you, this is why I love this show, because Misty just commented again. So, the cousin, here it comes. She says, "I wouldn't kick Sarro out of bed for singing. I thought it sounded great."
Well, good. That's a first. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Because when I sing in my shower, I think I sound good. Everyone else thinks.
Now, if we get on the next card together, I have a feeling my whole family's going to come.
I have.
At least all of them.
Bring it.
Hey, we have a big support group, bro. Now you're part of the family.
That's good. What's up, Misty? I'm looking forward to meeting you, Misty. Make Joe hook it up. All right, Stay White Property Management, Rude Clothing. Christian at Rude. You've been there since day one. L&L Transportation, Chris and Elena, you guys took me in at my bottom. You gave me a place to stay. You showed me what I'm capable of, and you helped me believe in myself. And you guys will be family for life. Thank you. Sea Dog Brewing Company, Bert, Falero over at Sea Dog. Thank you for everything, Bert. You're awesome. You help. You're constantly supporting the fighting community in Down East Maine, and we all love you. The Canna Bio Group, thank you for everything that you guys do for me. You guys know what you do for me, because same thing. I let you know all the time, and every chance that I can get, you help my pain so much, and that is not bullshit. I can't lie to you people. I couldn't take a product and lie to you. Canna Bio Group, you've been there since day one also. And I'm proud to represent you guys. Thank you. Down East Wellness and Dr. Ruth, thank you for realigning every part of me that was never aligned to begin with and constantly keeping me comfortable. Holistic Health Services, Hubble Consultancy, and Susan Hubble. Thank you for being one of our biggest supporters and biggest fans. You always rooting me on, and I appreciate that, and I really do. Tideway Market's been there since day one for me, and they've always been a supporter of mine. They're and helping me constantly. I wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for Scott and Renee and everyone at Tideway Market. Honestly, you guys know that. Thank you. MXA Fitness, that's my home gym. That's my little brother and my little sister that bend over backwards to keep that place clean, beautiful, exciting, and constantly innovative with new equipment. And I run the whole camp out there out in Ellsworth, Maine, MXA Fitness. Everyone's there. We're there for a purpose. Patriot Homes, Richie Zareen, same thing. Everyone, you played such a crucial role because, it's not easy being a professional athlete and stuff and trying to make it without working a full-time job. This is my job. And so all of you guys, Richie, thank you so much for making this happen. Ben Durkee from Bring It Bait. Ben, also another massive friggin' help. I couldn't be able to do any of this without all of these people together. It just wouldn't be possible. And they all know it, but I'm letting you all know. Sinclair Builders, obviously, that's Jake's company with his father. Sinclair Builders. I mean, Randy, you're always in my corner. You always will be in my corner. In and out of the ring. You guys are my family to the end. And I mean, I can't thank you all enough. Fucking man, gives me chills. I got so much love, man. I hate just going down the list because I could literally go on for hours about all these people and the help. And
if you want to go on for hours, me and Joe just
say I'm sorry, bro. Like you reminded me, I gotta say.
No, I'm just saying, like
Dog Pound logo, y'all. That's from Detroit, man. There's a bunch of boys on the street, man, and my boy Nick Brazier and Coach Crazy Chris from Detroit. He's actually flown down here, dude, and trained with me. Nick come over every day and let me beat his ass. So I had to say shout out to Dog Pound because they help everybody too.
Absolutely.
Community in Detroit for people that need it.
Joe.
They get free lessons.
Joe.
So Dog
That's
Pound.
Awesome.
Dog Pound's
awesome. That's awesome. I mean, Joe supports everything. You need people in your corner. You need people that believe in you, and just people showing you the love. That fires me up to go fight. I'm 31. Well, I don't need to go fight to prove anything to myself. I don't need to prove anything to anyone else. But it is an absolute honor when people come to support me. I will fight to the death for you. Absolutely.
Not for me, but for them, bro. Yep.
Absolutely. So Mako Tech mouth guards, Miriam at Mako Tech. I'm smiling in the ring, showing the golden gloves. That's one hell of a professional mouth guard. Keeps these nasty ass teeth all intact. Wilkinson Title Agency, my uncle at Wilkinson Title Agency. Thank you guys for, you know how much you've helped me, and thank you. We're going to win that title, and you've played a vital role in that. Mike DeVito at 3 Point Stance, Kansas City Chiefs alumni, absolute legend, another Maine resident and professional athlete that I looked up to, and now we're sponsored by my Balance Podcast. Mike Stone at Rev Gear. Hell, man, you keep these babies safe. I will represent you guys to the end. Thank you, Rev Gear, for everything you do. Chris LeBeau at MMA Uncensored and Skullbonia. I love you all. You guys are family. I'm happy to be a part of this family. And all of you guys, Joe, Chris, all you guys, I consider you're good people. And thank you. Thank you again for everything, guys.
I can't hit my chest as hard as you do, man. Fucking, I'm a pussy. I have 3 heart attacks. I don't want to kill myself. It'd probably be a good video, though. It might go viral. But shit happens. But listen, man.
One hit and you fall off the thing.
Man, without a doubt, one of my favorite shows I've ever done. I've done 260 or 240 something episodes of this, on regular broadcast TV, on FM radio. On my Facebook Live, and now this format. There's some shows I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. This is one of them. This was so awesome. I'm surprised.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
maybe that's why I've been having issues with the Facebook comment feed keeping up and stuff, because there's just so much energy coming off of you two guys, and then I'm a fucking so I don't even know if we should be in the same room together ever again, but fuck it, we're gonna make
Oh, we will be.
we're gonna
For
make
sure.
that reality.
We will be.
We're gonna make that reality show in the woods. Now, when we go out there in the woods to do this show, I'm just letting you know, I'm coming in a camper. I'm glamping. I'm not sleeping. I'm 51. I'm too old.
Good.
We gotta have you looking pearly. Can't be all sweaty and nasty with the contestants if you're gonna be doing the interview. So you gotta look fly.
Oh no, we'll get you good. We'll get you good. We'll get the lights going and get you all trimmed up and be good.
Safe and keep them cool. I can't let them overheat. So me and my camera guys will be in the. I'm gonna make the camera guys sleep outside like you guys, just so you know. I'm the only one. And maybe the producer.
Oh, good.
But other than that,
You guys ever want to come to Maine? I got all the lobster, clams, mussels, scallops, shrimp, crab, everything you want.
And
I got
marijuana's
you.
legal there.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. My brother actually
yeah.
went on his honeymoon
Right?
2 years ago.
Absolutely. You been there, Joe?
No, my brother went to Maine for his honeymoon, and I've always wanted to go because I'm a huge lobster guy, man. My friends are actually down on the lobster run, and they drove down to the Florida Keys. One of my buddy's parents lives down there, and they're catching lobsters and bringing it back right now. They send me pictures today. I'm ready to eat some lobster, bro, and scallop. That's
Lobster
my
and
favorite.
scallops.
I'm definitely you first. You had me at Hello Lobsters.
Yeah, I got you. I live right here. You ever seen Aquaman? I live right in a coastal oceanfront town that's like Celtic, and
it was a beautiful city from what he showed me.
All right, gentlemen.
man,
I want to say good night to y'all and have a blessed night too, man. This was really one of the funniest shows I did, man. The energy was awesome. Christopher James, you're always awesome, bro. I follow you all the time anyway, bro. Ever since XOC. So
yeah, well, you know, I just this is me. This is, you know, and that's why I do this show. Part of the reason is because I love talking about the fights and getting inside the personalities, but I also like giving the fighters a platform where they don't have to worry about watching the language if they don't want to. If they want to fucking blaze up, man. Fuck, if they want to drink wine out of a bottle or a box, fucking that's all right. If they want to drink a White Claw or a Bud Light Seltzer or a fucking, you know, chocolate milk, I don't give a fuck, man. If you want to eat a sandwich, I ate 2 sandwiches at the beginning of the show when I was interviewed by Taylor, peanut butter and jelly, man, because that's my fucking jam, yo. Fucking, my wife made me a steak one night. I'm sitting there eating steak, interviewing him. He wasn't cutting weight.
I'm literally about to go eat a steak, PB&J, chocolate milk, and Bud Light Seltzer. So thank you. I'm fucked,
all of them at the same time.
all bullshit aside, man, this has been so much fun. Truly a memorable show. You know, we talked real, we talked truthful, we had some emotional stuff. I mean, and this is what makes me love what I do. Shows like this.
Yeah, man.
I wish.
Yeah.
Some people go out of their show and, you know, like I interviewed. I'll just tell you this, and I'm going to close the show. I had to interview Alistair Overeem at a couple of different spots, and he was so just like, you know, all right, so hey, Alistair, how you doing? You know, you just signed this big fight. You know, you're going to be fighting, you know, this guy. If you win, you get the title. How does that make you feel? Good. Can you give me? That was like, it feels good, man. You know, nothing. I'm like, fuck, dude, you got these killer knockouts. You can do this, that. Feels good. You know, give me some pizzazz, man. Maybe that's why you never won a title, Reem. No, I'm just kidding, man.
I would have made that awkward as fuck for him. I would have turned that one right around.
You know, I got to be smart sometimes when I do these things. You know, I don't want to, like, you know, Reem might get knocked out by other people sometimes, but I'm not fucking with Reem, bro. You know, I know
wait till your next interview. He might have something to say. You know?
Yeah. I'm going to send this shit to him.
Invite me and Sarros and him. We got you.
Oh, yeah, we got you.
We'll bring him down to your camp. You know, fucking I'll have Sarro, the hitman.
Oh, yeah.
You know that song from AB Logic?
Probably.
Go look up when you get.
I just caught your vibe. That's all it was. That was irony.
Logic. Go look up.
What is it?
It's called "Watch Out for the Hitman" by AB Logic. It's an older
Logic.
Yeah, like mid '90s when techno and that shit started hitting.
I've heard it. Yeah. Apex Twins and all that shit back then. Yep.
That could be your walkout song. But listen, seriously. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Chris, man.
Bless night,
tonight, but for sharing time with me when we were up in Mississippi, and let me see some different sides of you guys up there, and of course the moment you had in the locker room, I'll never forget. Watching Joe's wife run around the hotel was fucking hysterical because she was just having a good old time, and Joe's just sitting out by the pool and just hanging out on fight day, just chilling, all right. Then chasing people down with White Claws and trying to make us all drink it. That's a little weird.
I told
Boxes of it.
I made so many real men drink White Claw and got pictures with them. It was great.
Oh, that was great.
That's how you
I didn't drink it.
You make other real men do pussy shit.
I kept avoiding it.
I know you ran from me, bro. I'm gonna get you. There's gonna be a picture of and they're never gonna be.
You're the only person who made Sarro run.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, you come tell them real quick. My wife don't want to get online in front of everybody at 10:30, even though she's sexy when she's in her 90s stuff. But she said hello, Christopher James. She
Tell her
said
to pop her damn face.
Oh, Chris James.
Please throw your butt. Please throw your butt. La 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 la. Yes.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Have a good night, brother.
Good night.
God bless you all, your families, man.
All right, brother.
Tonight, my honor. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
See you.
All right, guys. I'll see you soon.
Boys and girls, man, what a fun show this was tonight, man. Chris Sarro and Joe Elmore, who knew the energy they were going to bring, together. I knew what they would bring along, but man, what a show. We started at like 8 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock at night. And, we've been talking to these guys, between the two of them for a couple of hours, man. We could do this all night. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, especially all of the family members of of Joe Elmore. I think his whole family, everybody, like the whole family, mothers, fathers, daughters, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, unborn children. I think grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, and great cousins. They were all watching. But what a fun show tonight, man. These guys all did a great job. And also Bobby Taylor, don't forget, he opened up the show with us tonight, man. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I'll be back next week. I'm going to have Jeff Neal of the UFC. We're going to talk about his upcoming fight with Neil Magny that was just booked. We're going to have Josh Parisian. He's going to be on talking about his upcoming Contender Series bout. And then we're going to talk with Jim, the Bare Knuckle Beast Allers, who should have been fighting for the title last week at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC 11. His coach caught COVID. He couldn't fight. Him and Palomino were supposed to be the fight. Isaac Valley Flag got the fight. Isaac Valley Flag lost. Palomino is the champion. Jim has some stuff he wants to say. Palomino had some stuff he wants to say. I might get them both on maybe at the same time. Who knows? But it went from being, two guys that used to train together and friend to now there's some bad blood. And who knows, but we're going to see it's built at one of these upcoming events, either 12 or 13. BKFC has an announcement coming up for BKFC 12. I hear they're going to be dropping a big name. I can't tell you. Joe Elmore has a fight in mind. And, if the contract gets signed, I'm just going to tell you it's a good one. So that's it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for letting me be a part of your life today and for you guys being a part of mine. I really, truly appreciate it. Until next time, I am Christopher James. You all have been Cage Side, man. Good night, everybody. We'll see you soon.